Chapter 1132. Chapter 1132. God Alter Origin Crystal Long Phasian used to be Su Xiaoba's teacher, so he is very clear about Su Xiaoba's strength. Even if Su Xiaoba doesn't have the Calamity Dragon Totem Martial Spirit, his World Extermination Spirit is still very dreadful. Qin Yun feels that Su Xiaoba is already very strong. The main reason why he lost so quickly is because he was hindered by the Calamity Dragon Totem Martial Spirit. Otherwise, with Su Xiaoba's World Extermination Spirit and martial skills, he would not have lost so quickly. Those bastards from the dragon race have been using Su Xiaoba as a sacrifice for the Calamity Dragon. They are using him as a sacrifice to make the Calamity Dragon even stronger. Ling Yuner said, Su Xiaoba should also be very clear about this. Qin Yun said, the Calamity Dragon Totem Martial Spirit is now sealed inside the Nether Sun. Su Xiaoba took off his hood and mask. His braid has disappeared, and he has shaved his head bald. He furiously shouted at Long Phasian, "You smelly bug, if you have the guts, come fight me on the battlefield. See how I destroy you." Su Xiaoba, you attacked me in the Great Ancient College. That is a violation of the college's rules. You still dare to come here. Long Phasian landed beside Su Xiaoba and said with evil smile on his face, because 3 outstanding dragon race warriors have died, Long Phasian has been suppressing the fury in his heart. He wants nothing more than to start a massacre. Now that Su Xiaoba has appeared, Long Phasian wants to vent his anger on him. Yu Yongdai can see this. He brought along Xiao Wufeng and a few other old men and landed. Your dragon race attracted a very powerful heavenly tribulation and smashed the entire great ancient battle stage. But didn't your dragon race survive? Yu Yongdai said. Of course he wants to help Su Xiaoba. He knows that Su Xiaoba wants to avenge Qin Yun. Yu Yongdai has learned a lot now. He knows that many people from Spirit Desolate are super geniuses. If his Yu family can take in these super geniuses, they will become even stronger. Does your Nether sect want to meddle in other people's business? Long Phasian firmly clenched his fists and roared. Su Xiaoba is Qin Yun's student, and Qin Yun is our Dark Assembly's teacher. Speaking up to here, Yu Yongdai let out a long sigh and continued. Although Qin Yun is dead, his class is being taken over by my granddaughter Yufeng. Yufeng is now Su Xiaoba's teacher. She has something to do and can't come. As her grandfather, I have to take care of her student. Long Phasian truly did not expect that Yu Yongdai would be so good at bullshitting. He directly claimed that Su Xiaoba was a member of his Yu family. Yu Yongdai chuckled and said, "What? Do you want to attack the people of my Yu family?" Su Xiaoba secretly heaved a sigh of relief when he saw someone helping him. Originally, he planned to disguise himself and go up the stage to kill the dragon warrior. He did not expect that he would be recognized before he could even go up. Ha 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 ha. Long Phasian suddenly burst into laughter. No one knew what he was laughing about. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei feel that Long Phasian is going to do something outrageous. Yu Yongdai and the elders of the Yu family immediately became vigilant. Su Xiaoba, you want to challenge our dragon race's warriors, right? Long Phasian said with evil grin. Do you dare to let me go up? Su Xiaoba said with sneer. Why wouldn't I dare? You used to be my student. I won't take your star coins. You can go up and challenge them for free. Long Phasian said with evil smile on his face. Everyone can clearly see what kind of trick Long Phasian wants to play. Ha ha ha, very good. Relax. You don't need to collect the corpses of those dragon race warriors, because I will kill them until not even their dregs remain. Ha ha ha. Su Xiaoba's battle intense soared as he howled with laughter. Little brother, don't go up. There must be some kind of trick. Xiao Wufeng said. It's fine. There are so many people watching. No matter how shameless the dragon race is, they won't dare to play any tricks. Su Xiaoba laughed heartily and then flew up to the 18-layer altar. Xiao Yuemei sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Brother, won't this idiot be tricked? Qin Yun thought for a bit with frown and said, Yuemei, I want to conceal myself and hide inside the barrier. Brother, I will go with you. Xiao Yuemei hastily said. All right. Qin Yun pulled Xiao Yuemei and pretended to move away from the altar. After they moved away from the altar, they concealed their aura and flew towards the altar as fast as they can. The barrier is also about to open. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei entered the barrier without making any sound. Qin Yun is worried that Su Xiaoba will be tricked, so he came in. After the two of them became invisible and were inside the barrier, the people outside couldn't find them at all. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei have joined hands to conceal themselves. Only people with special abilities can detect them. The dragon race old man blew his bugle horn. The battle has begun. Long Feixian's face is filled with a sinister smile. Xia Wufeng and Yu Yongdai are now very worried about Su Xiaoba. Boom, boom. As soon as the battle began, the altar suddenly trembled. A black hole suddenly appeared in the middle of the altar. Bastard! Su Xiaoba furiously shouted. The dragon warrior and Su Xiaoba suddenly fell into the black hole at the center of the altar. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei also fell into the black hole. Yu Yongdai furiously said, Long Feixian, what did your dragon race do? Long Feixian said with sneer, How would I know? There must be some problem with the dragon god altar. Didn't you see that our dragon race warrior also fell into the black hole? After appearing for a while, the black hole on the altar also disappeared. Everyone present knows that this is the doing of the dragon race. But since the dragon race warrior also fell into the black hole, no one can say anything. Relax. We have already notified the elders of the dragon race. Only they can enter the inner area of the altar. Long Feixian finished speaking and then said in loud voice, Everyone, because there's a problem with the altar, the competition will be temporarily suspended. We will notify everyone when the competition begins. Dragon Race doesn't have the face to continue competing, so they can only use this kind of method to end the competition. Long Feixian is very clear that the Dragon Race's second tribulation, half immortal, can only meet a dead end against Su Xiaoba. However, they can't stop Su Xiaoba from entering the altar, so they use this kind of method. Although Qin Yun despises the Dragon Race's despicable methods, he is very happy because this is a very good opportunity for them to enter the inner area of the altar. If they want to destroy the Dragon God altar, they must enter the inner area of the altar. Qin Yun has been thinking about how to enter the inner area of the Dragon God altar. He really did not expect that the Dragon Race would create such a good opportunity for him. After Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei entered the black hole, they are still concealed. In the blink of an eye, they appeared inside a very spacious stone room. The walls of the room are emitting golden light. Moreover, the walls are filled with runes. There is a few meter wide golden crystal pearl floating in the middle of the room. A golden dragon is coiling around the pearl, and it is releasing waves of golden light. Qin Yun realized that the pearl is the god altar origin crystal. He also saw two old men here. The two old men were sitting cross-legged beside the god altar origin crystal. They seem to be absorbing the energy from the god altar origin crystal. The dragon warrior, who had fallen down from the sky, respectfully saluted the two old men. They called the two old men priests. Su Xiaoba sat on the ground and loudly cursed. Dragon Race, you bunch of bastards, always using this kind of despicable trick. Puny human, shut up. The Dragon Race warrior furiously said. One of the Dragon Race priests said in cold voice, We already know what is going on up there. Those people who killed our Dragon Race warriors will not have a good death. This human's life force and luck are very strong. He is an excellent sacrifice. Qin Yun suddenly sent sound transmission to Su Xiaoba. Xiaoba, you deal with that Dragon Race warrior. I will deal with those two old men. Su Xiaoba was just about to start cursing when he heard Qin Yun's sound transmission. He is extremely shocked in his heart. He immediately realized that Qin Yun is still alive. He now feels even more admiration towards Qin Yun. Not only he is still alive, he has actually appeared in this kind of place. Qin Yun hastily took out a small pagoda and released Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian. Then he sent sound transmission to them. You two do your best to delay those two dragons. After you succeed, I will guarantee that you will cross seventh tribulation. Although Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian are 6 tribulation half-immortals, it is still very difficult for them to deal with 6 tribulation half-immortal dragons. The 2 dragon race priests did not expect that there would be other people falling in. This caused them to feel very flustered. Because the inside of the altar is sealed, it will not be easy for them to leave in a short period of time. They can only fight against Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian. As for Su Xiaoba, he seems to have gone crazy and started attacking the dragon race warrior. The altar is originally very big. The top floor is the smallest, but it is still big enough to hold the martial arts competition. The space inside the altar is even bigger than the top floor. Now that there are many experts fighting inside, it is completely big enough to accommodate them. Qinyan took out 2 Tribulation Bringer talismans and gave one to Xiao Yuanmei. The 2 of them quickly let in the aura of the 2 old priests. Then he took out the devil horn and contacted Evil God. Evil God, we have entered the Dragon God altar. Qinyan used mental power to communicate with Evil God. What? You actually succeeded? How did you get in? Evil God is very surprised, because he feels that 18-level Dragon God altar must be very tightly guarded. It will not be easy to get in. The God altar origin crystal is in front of me, but I can't get close. There's a very strong power blocking me. Qinyan is very nervous now. Throw the devil horn over. Evil God very excitedly said. Qinyan promptly threw the devil horn over. After the devil horn flew over, it released a black gas that enveloped the God altar origin crystal in a short while. Qinyan is very shocked looking at this scene. He did not expect that this small devil horn would have this kind of strange power. After the God altar origin crystal was enveloped by the black gas, it suddenly trembled and let out a burst of whistling sound. Protect the God altar origin crystal, an old priest yelled. Su Xiaoba is also attacking the dragon race warrior. He is half dead. Qinyan rushed over and stored the dragon race warrior into the 9-sun divine soul's 3rd pearl. What's wrong with the God altar origin crystal? The old priest who is fighting Zhang Rong yelled in fear. The God altar origin crystal has disappeared. Only a long golden horn is floating there, releasing resplendent golden light. Chapter 1133. Dragon Race's Wrath. The 2 Dragon Race old priests saw that the God altar origin crystal has disappeared. They are furious and terrified. They hastily rushed towards the golden devil horn. Qinyan sent sound transmission to Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian, telling them to block the 2 old priests. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian cursed Qinyan in their hearts for provoking such powerful people. They can only risk their lives to block the 2 dragon race old priests. Qinyan, you promised us that you would help us cross tribulation smoothly. Can you do it? Yang Chongtian only wants to leave this place as soon as possible. Qinyan rushed over and stored the horn. He said with voice transmission, I can definitely do it. Brother, let's begin. Xiao Yuanmei has already finished preparing the Tribulation Bringer Talisman. Qinyan's Tribulation Bringer Talisman is a bit lacking, but will be done soon. Xiao Yuanmei very carefully threw out the Tribulation Bringer Talisman. Under the control of her mental power, the talisman flew towards one of the old priests and stuck on his body. The Tribulation Bringer Talisman has also been activated. Qinyan's Tribulation Bringer Talisman has also been completed. He threw it towards the other old priest. 2 dragon race old priests have simultaneously triggered 7th half immortal tribulation. This is a very dreadful tribulation power. The God altar origin crystal is gone. Destroy the altar. Qinyan sent sound transmission to Su Xiaoba. Su Xiaoba furiously roared. Dreadful destruction power burst out of his body and punched upwards. Bang! Su Xiaoba's dreadful fist energy punched upwards and created a large hole in the altar. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian sensed the dreadful tribulation power approaching and became extremely panic-stricken. They promptly destroyed the altar. Boom, boom, boom. The people near the Dragon God altar have not gone far. Suddenly, they heard continuous trembling and looked towards the Dragon God altar. When they looked at the altar, they saw waves of berserk power accompanied by fragments of the altar flying everywhere, stirring up gusts of wind. Everyone cried out in alarm seeing this scene. The dragon god altar has been destroyed. This is impossible. Yu Yongdai knows that the dragon god altar is very hard to destroy. But now, it has been destroyed from the inside. Especially those dragon race elders. Seeing the altar destroyed, their mind became blank. They feel as if the sky is collapsing. To them, the dragon god altar was like their lifeline. This was the foundation of their dragon clan's dominance in the ancient region. In the future, they would be able to make the dragon clan even stronger. But now the dragon god altar exploded. What's going on? A dragon race elder roared angrily. Quickly leave. There is half immortal tribulation. Yu Yongdai suddenly yelled. The dragon god altar has been destroyed. A powerful half immortal tribulation has arrived. This series of shocking changes caught everyone unprepared. Everyone ran as fast as a rabbit. Su Xiaoba was the first to run out of the ruins. Su Xiaoba, you little bastard, I will kill you. Long Feizhen furiously roared. Long Feizhen, you are dead. I will tear you to shreds. Su Xiaoba howled with laughter and said. Su Xiaoba had wanted to kill Long Feizhen for a long time, and now was the perfect opportunity. Even though other dragon race elders know that a powerful half-immortal tribulation is coming, they did not leave. Instead, they flew towards the dragon god altar. Zhang Rong, Yang Chongtian run. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to them. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme are still concealed. Xia Wufeng looked at the dragon god altar and saw two familiar faces, Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian. He is very shocked in his heart. He thought that Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian are already dead, but now they have appeared inside the dragon god altar. Quickly kill those two humans. Their group took away the god altar origin crystal. An old priest roared furiously. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong cursed in their heart, seeing a group of powerful dragons rushing over. They just ran out of Qin Yun's small pagoda, but now they are surrounded by a large group of old dragons in human form. Each and every one of those dragon race elders are filled with soaring, killing intent. Moreover, they are still in dragon form. Zhang Rong, Yang Chongtian, if you don't want to die, fly towards me. I am at the lakeside. Qin Yun yelled. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian immediately rushed towards the lakeside and followed the mental power Qin Yun left behind. Kill them, a dragon race elder furiously roared. The sky became pitch black. The sky above the entire central ancient city has been enveloped by pitch-black tribulation clouds. Lightning flashed and thunder rolled. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian are flying towards the lakeside with all their might. This is their fastest speed ever. Even so, they're still being crazily chased by more than 10 old dragons. Boom, boom, boom. Dragon Race's older generation furiously attacked Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong. Yang Chongtian and Yang Chongtian are scared out of their wits. They feel that they're going to die for sure. Seeing them arrive, Qin Yun took out 2 talismans and stuck them on their bodies, allowing them to fly above the holy lake. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme are already above the holy lake. After Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian arrived above the holy lake, they feel that something is strange because those dragon race elders are not chasing them. Qin Yun, you almost killed us. Zhang Rong can't see Qin Yun, but he can still send sound transmission to him. You are injured. Your 7th half immortal tribulation will arrive very soon. If you don't want to die, listen to my arrangements. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme are flying at the front. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian are feeling very helpless. They just want to quickly cross their 7th half immortal tribulation and get away from this calamity Qin Yun. Qin Yun threw them into the 9-sun divine soul's 3rd pearl. He wants Yao Fang to scare them so that they won't have any disloyal thoughts. Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian were scared half to death by the group of dragons just now. Now that they have entered the 3rd pearl, they are shivering in fear because of Yao Fang's dreadful aura. Qin Yun circled around the holy lake and returned to the shore. Su Xiaoba is still fighting Long Feijin. He wants to go and help him. The Dragon Race Elders' seventh half Immortal Tribulation has arrived, but they are not together. They're keeping some distance from each other because they don't want to affect each other. Su Xiaoba is fighting Long Feijin. Luckily, this is the Demon B School District. It has the largest territory, and there are no buildings here. They are far away from the Old Priest Tribulation area and are fighting like crazy. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei have consumed a lot of energy to activate the Tribulation Bringer talismans. What made Qin Yun feel more at ease is that those Dragon Race Elders did not interfere in the fight with Su Xiaoba. Qin Yun also took out the Tribulation Bringer talismans to collect the aura of those Dragon Race Elders. Only mental power is needed to absorb the aura of the Tribulation Bringer talismans. Only activating the talismans requires a lot of energy. Qin Yun doesn't have enough energy, so he wants to collect the aura first. Long Feijin, we must capture that little demon and force him to tell us where his accomplices are. A Dragon Race Elder shouted from the distance. Yu Yongdai is also not leaving. On one hand, he wants to see the battle between Su Xiaoba and Long Feijin. On the other hand, he is very interested in the half-immortal tribulation of those two Dragon Race Elders. After all, it is not easy to encounter seventh tribulation, half-immortal tribulation. Su Xiaoba is just a second tribulation half-immortal, while Long Feijin is a fourth tribulation half-immortal. Moreover, he is a dragon. Su Xiaoba will be beaten to his knees. Xiao Yuemei said. After collecting the aura of those Dragon Race Elders, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei hid themselves. Since there are all kinds of tyrannical aura around, no one can discover them. Qin Yun took out the Xian King Cannon and took out Zhuo Luqian's half-immortal life crystal. Su Xiaoba, I am preparing to attack. The power will be very great. Maybe I will injure you. Qin Yun said as he aimed the Xian King Cannon at Long Feijin. Come. Su Xiaoba is not afraid of being injured. He is an undying cockroach. He will be able to recover very easily. Qin Yun signaled Xiao Yuemei with his eyes, then took out a half-immortal shield and handed it over to her, telling her to defend properly. Su Xiaoba, stay away from Long Feijin. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Su Xiaoba. Su Xiaoba's speed is not slow. He immediately followed Qin Yun's order and dodged Long Feijin's attack. At this time, Qin Yun fired the Xian King Cannon and hit Zhuo Luqian's half-immortal life crystal. Boom! Long Feijin, who was about to chase after Su Xiaoba, was hit by the half-immortal life crystal. The intense explosion released all kinds of multicolored energy that illuminated the pitch-black sky filled with tribulation clouds. Although Su Xiaoba has kept his distance from Long Feijin, he is now covered with cuts and bruises and fell into the holy lake. The onlookers in the distance were also confused. Why did such a powerful explosion occur while they were fighting? Someone is sneak attacking us. Who the hell are they? Su Xiaoba's group of people are truly awesome. Not only did they destroy the Dragon God altar, they even killed Long Feijin. What happened to Long Feijin? He should be dead. A large group of people are discussing with Sai. This is a great show for them. Xia Wufeng suddenly feels that this is very familiar because it is very similar to Qin Yun's technique. However, he has not seen Qin Yun at all. We must quickly return to Nether Sect. No matter what, we must let my father know about this. Yu Yongdai's face is flushed with excitement as he burst into loud laughter. Dragon Race is going to explode. Dragon Race Elders are filled with regret. They all thought that Su Xiaoba had a spatial magic tool that allowed him to bring along a group of very powerful people. Therefore, after it fell into the Dragon God altar, it destroyed the God altar origin crystal. Qin Yun dived into the holy lake, found the unconscious Su Xiaoba, and placed him inside a small pagoda. Then he and Xiao Yuemei flew back to the floating island. While flying back, they heard a burst of furious dragon roars coming from the Demon B School District, as well as dreadful dragon power aura. It was a close shave, but no mishap, Qin Yun said with smile. Dragon Race's two old priests failed their tribulation. Xiao Yueme looked at the tribulation cloud and said with smile, "There is no spatial fluctuation. There is no immortal power. Dragon race is protected by Dragon God. Shouldn't it be easier for them to cross tribulation? How'd they fail?" Qin Yun thought that the dragon race priests would be able to cross tribulation. Even if they cross tribulation, they won't be able to threaten Qin Yun because they will be sucked into another spatial world. The Dragon God altar is gone. How can Dragon God protect them? Xiao Yueme said with charming smile. Not long after, they arrived at the floating island. Qin Yun threw Su Xiaoba into the 6th floor of the 9 condensation pagoda, then ran to the 7th floor with Xiao Yueme and took out the golden horn. Evil God, the Dragon God altar has been destroyed. This devil horn seems to be absorbing the energy of the God altar origin crystal. Qin Yun said, "Ha ha ha ha." Evil God crazily laughed. "Evil God, what should we do next? We destroyed the Dragon God's 18-layer altar. Will he retaliate against us?" Xiao Yueme asked. Chapter 1134. Xiong Shun Xiao Yueme is very excited in her heart. She said with smile, "Evil God, we have already destroyed the Dragon God altar. You should at least give us a reward or something, right? Tell me honestly, we destroyed the Dragon God altar. Didn't we contribute a lot?" "Yueme, why are you talking about conscience with Evil God?" Qin Yun shook his head and smiled, then looked at the devil horn and said, "Evil God, this time we went to destroy the Dragon God altar. We consumed a great amount of resources and even lost half of our lives." The Evil God cackled and said, "Don't worry, you too. You are not my divine servants. You are my partners. If you do something beneficial for me, I will give you the same thing in return. When you find the Evil God altar, I will use the altar to pay you in the proper way." Qin Yun stored the devil horn and said to Yueme with smile, "Yueme, Dragon race must be going crazy this time. I hope the Nether sect can hold on." "Brother, when will you be able to meet the sect leader of the Nether sect? That guy must know where the Evil God altar is." Xiao Yueme is very much looking forward to Evil God's reward. "Yueme, when you were an immortal desolate in your past life, could it be that you never came into contact with these gods?" Qin Yun very curiously asked. "No, but I've heard of the existence of these guys, and I've also seen some altars. It's just that I was a small fry in my previous life, and those gods didn't like me." Xiao Yueme curled her lips and said, "Although we are currying favor with this evil god, he seems to be a trash god. It's his luck that he could bump into us." "Don't let him hear that," Qin Yun said with smile. "I heard that the immortal desolate Great Emperor and the devil immortal Great Emperor have hooked up with gods. But these two guys are also trash. It has been so long, and they still can't go to Sacred Desolate." Xiao Yueme arrived at the bedside and lied down. "I will rest first. I will go take a look at Su Xiaoba." Qin Yun walked over, pinched her charming face with smile, and then left the 7th floor. In the 6th floor, Su Xiaoba had more or less recovered. This floor has very dense immortal energy to begin with. After absorbing it, he'll be able to recover even faster. "Su Xiaoba, what are your plans for the future?" Qin Yun asked with smile. "The dragon race must hate me to death. Of course I will fight them in the future." Su Xiaoba immediately stood up and curiously asked, "Aren't you dead? Why would it appear in the Dragon God altar?" "I'm not dead. When I was crossing the tribulation, I fell into a different space. It was Yueme who saved me. When you were fighting with the dragon race warriors, I secretly ran to the altar and fell in with you." Qin Yun patted his bald head with smile. "So, you're also a first tribulation half immortal? I won't be able to defeat you." Su Xiaoba is very vexed. He let out a long sigh and said, "I will always be defeated by you. Su Xiaoba, you could have defeated me, but because you have fused with the Calamity Dragon totem martial spirit, you should know that the Calamity Dragon wants to possess you, so it won't cooperate with you. This limits your strength." Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. "If you had used your normal strength to fight me in the great ancient battle stage, you might have won." Su Xiaoba clenched his teeth and said, "Don't speak anymore. The more you speak, the the more I will regret it. Qin Yun chuckled and asked, "Oh, that's right. Have you seen Senior Su during this time?" "Of course I have. Grandfather and the others have left the holy sects. I heard that the dragon race is plotting to use our spirit desolate's people as sacrifice. Those dragon race bastards are truly vicious." Su Xiaoba cursed in low voice. "Qin Yun, you'll be my teacher from now on. I will follow you." Su Xiaoba looked all around and said with great satisfaction, "The environment is very good. This place will be my territory from now on." "What is your territory?" Xiao Yuemei suddenly walked down and delicately yelled, "Little girl, why are you here?" Su Xiaoba yelled, seeing Xiao Yuemei appear. "I am with my brother. What is so strange about that? When you fell into the altar, I went in with my brother. It was just that you were blind and didn't notice me." Xiao Yuemei very proudly said with smile, "Su Xiaoba, my brother is now a first tribulation half-immortal. You are not his match. I admit that I am not Qin Yun's match, but defeating a little girl like you is not a problem." Su Xiaoba said with sneer, "If you don't believe me, let's fight. I don't feel like fighting you. This great Anne is very tired." Xiao Yuemei rolled her eyes. Qin Yun said with smile, "Yuemei, quickly go rest." "Su Xiaoba, you are now my brother's servant. Don't betray him." Xiao Yuemei warned in strict voice. "Do you think I am that kind of person?" Su Xiaoba is very unhappy. "In order to defeat my brother, you sold yourself to the dragon race. If my brother did not suppress the calamity dragon totem martial spirit within your body, you would have already died." Xiao Yuemei curled her lips and said. She glared at Su Xiaoba and then walked towards the 7th floor. Su Xiaoba only groaned. He is very clear that it was Qin Yun who saved him back then. This is also the reason why he is very grateful towards Qin Yun. At this time, Yu Shanbing hastily arrived at the 6th floor and saw that Su Xiaoba is here. "Teacher, something big happened. The dragon god altar has been destroyed." Yu Shanbing looked at Su Xiaoba and said again, "The destruction of the dragon god altar is related to this little guy. The dragon god altar was destroyed by me and teacher together." Su Xiaoba said with proud expression. Yu Shanbing is stunned for a moment, then reacted and said in admiration, "Teacher, so it was you who destroyed the dragon god altar?" Qin Yun nodded with smile and said, "Bing, how did you know about this?" "Family leader told me through sound transmission. He wants me to return to Nether Sect immediately." Yu Shanbing said, "Bing, don't tell family leader you about this for now. Wait until I see your sect leader." Qin Yun warned. "Yes, then I will return to the Nether Sun Star now." Yu Shanbing nodded. After Yu Shanbing hastily left, Nangong Shuiru arrived. Lu Haqin and the others are disciples of Nether Sect. Now, they have been summoned back by Nether Sect to discuss how to deal with the dragon race. Nangong Shuiru is very shocked to see Su Xiaoba. The dragon race has sent many demon beasts to search for Su Xiaoba at the bottom of the Holy Lake. Everyone in Middle Ancient City knows that Su Xiaoba destroyed the dragon god altar, and the dragon race put a bounty of 10 billion star coins on him. Nangong Shuiru's eyebrows are slightly creased as she said in low voice, "Teacher Qin, Su Xiaoba is in great danger now. You must properly handle this matter." "Woman, what do you mean by this? Do you want teacher to stay away from me?" "Let me tell you, the reason the dragon god altar was destroyed was all thanks to my teacher." Su Xiaoba pointed at Qin Yun and said, "Those bastards from the dragon race only put a bounty of 10 billion star coins on me. They're truly looking down on me." Teacher Qin, did you really destroy the dragon god altar?" "Did you really destroy the dragon god altar?" Nangong Shuiru did not expect that Qin Yun would do such a thing so soon after returning. Qin Yun said with smile, "Relax, I won't tell anyone about this." Nangong Shuiru said in amazement, "Shuiru, does Xiao Fei know about me?" Qin Yun asked. "She knows, but she doesn't believe it. I came here to ask you whether or not you want to bring her here." Nangong Shuiru said with smile, "All right, bring Xiao Fei here." Qin Yun nodded. Nether Sect is gathering their disciples. It seems like they want to show off their strength to the dragon race. Nangong Shuiru's eyes rippled as she said in soft voice, "Teacher Qin, It would be best if you don't get involved in this. Another sect is enough to deal with the dragon race. Su Xiaoba coldly groaned and said, "How can that be? Those bastards from the dragon race are asking for a beating. Teachers should not be sparing any effort to teach them a lesson. Aren't you afraid that teacher will be injured? Why are you so concerned about him? It is not like he will marry you." Nangong Shuru's self-restraint is very good, but she can't help but want to slap Su Xiaoba a few times. "Shuiru, I will take you down." Qingyun promptly pulled Nangong Shuiru down the stairs. He is completely speechless towards this talkative Su Xiaoba. Nangong Shuru lightly sighed and said, "Teacher Qin, you have such a student. You will have to suffer in the future." Qingyun said with smile, "Don't worry, I can handle it." "Oh, that's right, Shuru. I am preparing to refine the same type of pill as your masters. When the time comes, I will have to ask you for advice." Nangong Shuru sweetly smiled and said, "You can come find me anytime. I will do my best to help you refine pills. Then I will thank you first." Qingyun said with smile. "No need to be polite." Nangong Shuru said with smile. Qingyun sent Nangong Shuru out of the 9 condensation pagoda. Nangong Shuru also has a talisman that allows her to fly above the holy lake. "Teacher, I am your student. You must give me some pointers." After that Shui Dai became your student, her strength has increased by a lot. Su Xiaoba said, "Have you paid the tuition fee?" Qingyun said with smile. How much is it?" Su Xiaoba asked. He has a lot of star coins in his hands. 500 million. Qingyun is only collecting a bit of tuition fee as a token. So fucking expensive. That idiot Long Phasian only collected 300 million from me. Su Xiaoba cursed in low voice. Then he took out his star coin card and transferred 500 million to Qingyun. "Su Xiaoba, you don't have any good equipment. If I refine some for you, you will be able to kill a dragon warrior like Long Phasian as easily as killing a chicken." Qingyun said with smile. "Teacher, are you trying to trick me into buying the equipment you've refined?" Su Xiaoba curled his lips and said, "My flame son Heavenly Mountain has many inscription masters who refine tools for me for free. I don't want your equipment. It will be too expensive." Qingyun said with smile, "Do you have a weapon? Do you want to test it out with my weapon?" Su Xiaoba thought for a bit and took out a golden weapon. It is a long staff, but there's a large ball at the top of the staff. Su Xiaoba doesn't know what kind of weapon it is. "This weapon is very strange," Qingyun said with smile. Chapter 1135. Nether Ancient Star. Qingyun took out his 9th heaven mysterious king's saber and threw it over. He said with smile, "Use my saber to chop your club. Let's see who is more powerful." Su Xiaoba feels that no matter how powerful Qingyun's saber is, it will not be able to destroy his ancestral weapon. "Teacher, don't cry." Su Xiaoba laughed loudly. He clenched the 9th heaven mysterious king's saber and slashed at the ball at the top of the stick. Boom! A trembling sound exploded and many golden fragments flew out. Su Xiaoba sat down on the ground, paralyzed in fright. The 9th heaven mysterious king's saber was also sent flying. He looked at his broken club in a daze and then burst into tears. "Teacher, you broke my weapon. You must compensate me. Compensate me." Su Xiaoba rolled back and forth on the ground and started crying and screaming. Qingyun hastily picked up the 9th heaven mysterious king's saber. "Teacher, it is all your fault. Quickly compensate me for my weapon. It is my ancestral weapon." Woo woo woo. Su Xiaoba started wailing and shouting nonstop. Back in 100 Pagoda sect, Su Xiaoba cried because he lost to Qingyun, so Qingyun is not too surprised. Su Xiaoba is like a child, rolling around on the ground, crying and shouting, insisting that Qingyun compensate him with his weapon. Qingyun is actually very calm. He yelled toward the stairs. "Yume, Su Xiaoba is crying. Quickly look at his bare appearance." Su Xiaoba immediately sat up, wiped his tears and yelled, "Don't shout." Qingyun chuckled and said, "Xiaoba, I can refine a new weapon for you, but you must agree to help me with something. Moreover, I can make you stronger." "What is it? Tell me. I am still alive because you saved me. I still have not repaid you. Su Xiaoba thought about it and felt that it is very profitable, so he straightforwardly agreed. Help me kill 10 dragons with strength similar to yours. Remember, I want their corpses. Keep their corpses intact as much as possible. Also, I will give you some soul-sealing pearls to collect dragon souls. Qin Yun said. Su Xiaoba immediately became very happy and said with smile, That is easy. Teacher, you should also know that those fellows from the dragon race are born with powerful physical bodies. Furthermore, they have very strong dragon scales, so their defense is very strong. You also need to refine a set of powerful armor for me, so that I can deal with those guys more easily. No problem. Qin Yun nodded and smiled. What kind of weapon do you want? Like the one just now? As for defensive equipment, I want a set of dazzling golden armor. It would be best if it can shine so brightly that it can blind people at night. Su Xiaoba excitedly smiled and said, That's it for now. Then next, I will carve some totem runes for you. This can increase your strength. Qin Yun took out the mental resonance kingpin and said with smile, What do you want to carve? Teacher, how many totem runes do you plan on carving? Su Xiaoba asked. He knew that Qin Yun wanted him to hunt dragons, so Qin Yun would definitely try his best to strengthen him. 2 or 3. Qin Yun thought about it and said. Su Xiaoba pointed at the space between his legs and said with a grin, Carve a totem rune on each of my arms, then carve a totem rune here for me. Scram! Qin Yun is completely speechless, then sent a flying kick towards Su Xiaoba. Finally, Qin Yun carved 2 totem runes on Su Xiaoba's body, Thunder Totem on his left arm and Fire Totem on his right arm. Together with his World Extermination Spirit, he can release very strong World Extermination Thunder Power and World Extermination Flame. After sensing the power of the totem, Su Xiaoba very confidently smiled and said, Teacher, you can't beat me now. Ha ha ha. I will use my World Extermination Thunder Fist and disfigure you with one punch. Don't be arrogant. Qin Yun laughed. I am not arrogant. I am just speaking the truth. After Su Xiaoba obtained the Thunder Totem, he felt as if he is unparalleled under the heavens. Soon after, Qin Yun refined a simple dragon searching plate and an invisibility talisman for Su Xiaoba. Su Xiaoba is very impatient to test his power. Although he doesn't have a weapon, he is very eager to go slaughter dragons. He took the dragon searching plate with him and began searching for his targets. He also has a storage item to store dragons and a soul-sealing pearl to collect dragon spirits. Qin Yun has been tossing and turning for a long time. He is very tired. After he rested, Yu Shunbing returned the next morning. Teacher, all the disciples of Nether Sect have been received by Sect Leader. Sect Leader wants them to go to a holy land on the Nether Sunstar to cultivate. Cultivating there will allow them to become stronger. Those with great potential can stay there for a long time. Yu Shunbing said with smile, Teacher, you will have the opportunity to go to that holy land to cultivate in the future. Bing, I will join hands with you to refine some things. Qin Yun hastily pulled Yu Shunbing to begin refining tools. Yu Shunbing is very happy. While refining tools, Qin Yun gave many pointers to Yu Shunbing. Now he wants to help Su Xiaoba refine a set of armor and a weapon. While refining the armor, Yu Shunbing did not follow Su Xiaoba's instructions. If Su Xiaoba wants something dazzling and blinding, it won't be able to conceal itself and will easily expose itself. A few days later, Yu Shunbing finished refining. At this time, Su Xiaoba returned. His body is covered with cuts and bruises. He killed a 3rd tribulation, half-immortal dragon. Qin Yun is very happy and promptly gave the finished equipment to Su Xiaoba. Su Xiaoba is very satisfied with the weapon, but he is very disgusted with the armor. However, he can only accept it. Qin Yun placed the dragon corpse inside the 9-sun divine soul. The dragon soul is sealed inside the soul-sealing pearl. It will be used as a sacrifice. Su Xiaoba's injuries healed very quickly. He rested for half a day and ran out again. He now knows why the experts of the 9-sun sects respect Qin Yun so much. Because with good equipment, It will be a lot easier to deal with powerful enemies. Qin Yun doesn't need to hunt the dragon himself. Su Xiaoba is enough. Qin Yun is sleeping in the 7th floor of the 9 condensation pagoda when he suddenly sensed someone touching his face. He opened his eyes and saw a cold and elegant woman with black makeup on her eyes. "It is Yufeng." "Hello, Yufeng," Qin Yun said with grin. "You bastard, you really didn't die." Yufeng felt a lot more relieved seeing Qin Yun. She said with smile, "Shuedai has become holy maiden and met sect leader." "Shuedai, and I told sect leader about you." Qin Yun is very happy and asked, "I told Shuedai to tell your sect leader about the 9 Nether Sun Spirit. Did she tell him?" Yufeng nodded. "Sect leader agreed to meet you. But he can't come to Ancient Domain, and you can't go to the Nether Sun Star. He said so." "Then where should we meet?" Qin Yun asked with frown. "At the Nether Ancient Star. There's a gray-colored star in the sky. It is the Nether Ancient Star. He wants you to meet him alone," Yufeng said. Qin Yun and Yufeng arrived at the top of the pagoda and looked at the sky. They can indeed see a gray-colored star. It is also very big. Why does he want to meet him at the Nether Ancient Star? Qin Yun feels that it is somewhat strange. I also don't know. But the Nether Ancient Star is very special, Yufeng said with frown. "Yufeng, could it be that your Nether sect leader wants to attack me?" The corner of Qin Yun's eyes twitched. He is somewhat worried. That shouldn't be the case. "Shuedai and I obtained your help. The totem runes on our bodies have increased. Sect leader can also see that he wants to thank you." Yufeng shook her head and said, "There is something strange about the Nether Ancient Star. Be careful when you go there." "Oh, that's right. How is Shuedai now?" Qin Yun asked. "She is still cultivating in Holy Land. She knows that you are still alive." Yufeng looked at the pitch-black Nether Sun Star and said again, "Wei Wei and others are also in Holy Land. This time, it is very likely that we will have to wage war with the dragon race." "Are you going to attack the dragon race, or are they going to attack you?" Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. He did not expect the war to start so soon. "The dragon race wants to attack us. They believe that we destroyed the dragon god altar," Yufeng said with smile. "Qin Yun, you don't need to worry. As long as the dragon race doesn't have the dragon god altar, our Nether sect is not afraid of them." Suddenly, Nangong Shuuru arrived with Gu Qiufei. Qin Yun hastily walked to the 1st floor. After Gu Qiufei saw Qin Yun, she can't help but shed tears. She very happily hugged Qin Yun and burst into tears. "Big brother, I thought I would never see you again," Gu Qiufei said with tears flowing down her face. "Xiaofei, don't cry. He is fine now." Xiao Yuanmei giggled and said, "Big sister Yuanmei, you saved Big brother. You are really awesome." Gu Qiufei wiped her tears and looked at Xiao Yuanmei with admiration. "Sister Yufeng, Sister Shuru, and Uncle Yu also helped," Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. "She is very fond of this little sister, Gu Qiufei. Yuanmei, I want to go to the Nether Ancient Star. Wait for me here," Qin Yun said. Xiao Yuanmei also wanted to go, but Qin Yun did not call her. There must be some other reason. So she did not ask anything and just nodded. Qin Yun bid farewell to Yu Shanbing and then flew towards the Nether Ancient Star. The Nether Ancient Star is not far from the Nether Sun Star. Unlike the Nether Sun Star, the Nether Ancient Star has no barrier, so it can be easily reached. Qin Yun saw the records of the Nether Ancient Star in the Academic Study Pagoda's library. It is a dead star. There is no star power on it. It is completely desolate. Why does Nether sect leader want to meet me on the Nether Ancient Star? Moreover, he did not give me the exact location. The Nether Ancient Star is not small. How can I find him? Qin Yun is pondering this question while flying towards the Nether Ancient Star. Xiao Yun, Nether sect leader, must know a lot of things. I guess he is testing you, Ling Yuna said. After flying for 2 days, Qin Yun finally landed on the Nether Ancient Star. The soil here is gray. It looks like it has been burnt. Just as he landed, the Nether Spirit's sacred blade inside the 9 Sun Divine Soul suddenly trembled. Xiao Yun, the Nether Spirit's sacred blade, is moving. Could it be that Nether sect leader is Netherworld Great Emperor? Ling Yuna yelled in alarm. Very likely. When I obtained the Nether Spirit's sacred blade, I was unable to make it recognize me as its master. So I know that Netherworld Great Emperor is still alive, but I don't know where he is. Qin Yin took out the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. The Nether Spirit's sacred blade trembled, suddenly floated up, and flew toward a certain direction. Chapter 1136. Netherworld Great Emperor even Yao Fong doesn't know much about the Netherworld Great Emperor. She only knows that Netherworld Great Emperor was killed by Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Emperor. This is what she found from Devil Immortal Great Emperor's memories. Qin Yun chased after the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. His heart is beating crazily. Qin Yun could not help but feel nervous as he was about to meet a figure who once dominated a region of the Immortal Desolate. Although the Nether Soul Sacred Blade is not completely restored and is still in a deep slumber, it still has its own consciousness. Sensing that its master is nearby, it consciously flew over. This Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade was dormant before it could not be used, but now it suddenly flew so fast. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. He spent a lot of effort to revive the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade. Xiao Yun, that is a good saber, Ling Yun said somewhat reluctantly. Now it will return to the hands of the Netherworld Great Emperor. There's no other way. I hope this Netherworld Great Emperor will allow me to smoothly obtain Nether Sun Spirit. Qin Yun hastily chased after the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade. He does not dare to slow down, because the Nether Soul Sacred Blade is flying very fast. If he is a bit slower, he might lose it. More than an hour later, Qin Yun suddenly saw a stone house on the flat wasteland in front of him. From afar, Qin Yun could sense a very powerful aura coming from the stone house. Is the Netherworld Great Emperor inside? What is his current cultivation? Qin Yun curiously chased after the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade. The Nether Soul's Sacred Blade was like a ball of black gas as it charged towards the stone house at an extremely fast speed. Boom! When the Nether Soul Sacred Blade collided with the stone house, it immediately shattered. Qin Yun is stunned. He did not expect that the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade would be so rude to meet its master. Who the hell did this? A gray-robed old man crawled out from the ruins. The old man had a head full of gray hair. It used to be perfectly straight and smooth, but now it was full of stone debris. This old man is even more spirited than you, Shun Bing and Yu Yongdai. It is hard to imagine that he is their father. This was especially true for the Blood Clan's leader, who looked much older than the gray-robed elder. Evidently, that gray-gowned old man was the Nether Sect's churchmaster. The Nether Soul Sacred Blade floated in front of the gray-gowned old man and released a black aura. The gray-gowned old man was originally angry, but after seeing the Nether Soul Sacred Blade, he shouted in pleasant surprise. Little Ming, it is really you. You're still healing yourself? You were indeed severely injured at that time. I thought you were beyond saving. Qin Yun is now certain that this old man is Netherworld Great Emperor. He flew over and said, Senior, I am Qin Yun. Before he finished speaking, Netherworld Great Emperor pointed at Qin Yun and shouted, You are Xiao Fuyan? Qin Yun was taken aback. In his previous life, he was Immortal King Floating Cloud. The Netherworld Great Emperor called him Little Floating Cloud, so it was obvious that he knew him. Damn, I knew the Netherworld Great Emperor in my previous life. Sister Yao Fong and Sister Kiru never told me about it. Qin Yun is very shocked in his heart. I am Qin Yun. Qin Yun sighed. Senior, my past life was Immortal King Fu Yun, but I don't have the memories of my past life. Netherworld Great Emperor laughed heartily and walked over. Xiao Fu Yun, I didn't expect it to be you. You don't have the memories of your past life? This is a good thing. You won't remember my shameful deeds. Very good. Senior, what was the relationship between you and me in my past life? Qin Yun is startled again. He feels that his past life's relationship with Netherworld Great Emperor was very good. Your past life? You are my son. Netherworld Great Emperor said with a laugh. Impossible, don't lie to me. Qin Yin feels that his past life did not have this kind of father. Xiao Fuyun, you don't have the memories of your past life. How did you find Little Ming? It is truly great to see you again. Netherworld Great Emperor said with mischievous smile. You bastard. After wandering around in a mortal desolate for so many years, you finally capsized, right? You were actually killed by someone. Ha ha ha. Qin Yun told Netherworld Great Emperor about him entering the Nethermoon Desolate domain. He still can't believe that he is Netherworld Great Emperor's son. After Netherworld Great Emperor heard this, he furiously said, Devil Immortal Great Emperor and that bullshit Immortal Emperor are my grandsons. They're actually acting shamelessly. Wait until I return to Immortal Desolate. I will make them suffer. Senior, what was the relationship between you and me in my past life? Qin Yun asked. You are truly my son. Of course, now that you have reincarnated, you have a biological father, but it doesn't matter. I am still your father. Netherworld Great Emperor laughed loudly and patted Qin Yun's shoulder. Of course, I'm not your biological father. I raised you up, but not many people know about this. Even those bastards Devil Immortal don't know about it. Qin Yun did not expect that Netherworld Great Emperor would truly be his foster father. Back then, I fought against Devil Immortal Great Emperor and was injured. Then that bastard Immortal Emperor sneak attacked me and almost killed me. Little Ming was also injured. Those two bastards are truly fucking treacherous. Netherworld Great Emperor cursed. Oh, that's right, Senior. Do you know a woman called Yao Fong? Qin Yun asked. Yao Fong? A woman from your past life? How could I know her? You had so many women in your past life. I can't even remember a few. Oh, that's right. I know that little girl called Xian Kiru. She is the daughter of Immortal Emperor. That idiot Immortal Emperor jumped up and down anxiously when you kidnapped her. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's right. What happened to you two? Netherworld Great Emperor asked. I also don't know what happened. Qin Yin did not expect that he and Xia Kiru would have this kind of relationship. Netherworld Great Emperor died very early. He doesn't know that Xia Kiru has a mortal devil body and has been sealed. Are you truly my foster father? Qin Yin still doesn't believe it. Of course I am. I swear to you. Netherworld Great Emperor patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with a smile, It doesn't matter if you don't have your past life's memories. It seems like you're doing very well in this life. Ha ha ha. You are even a soul-refining inscription master. Qin Yun said, Foster father, I want to awaken my past life's memories. Netherworld Great Emperor curled his lips and said, Why do you want to awaken your past life's memories? Since your past life is dead, just die. Besides, only you know about all the stupid things I have done. It is very good that you don't have your past life's memories. Ha ha ha. Qin Yun rolled his eyes. Foster father, why did you run over to Ancient Domain? What is your current cultivation? Qin Yun curiously asked. I used a secret technique to suppress my cultivation. I have some matters to take care of in Ancient Domain. I won't be returning to Immortal Desolate in a short period of time. Netherworld Great Emperor said. You are hiding here, right? Qin Yun said with a smile. How can this be? Do I look like a turtle that hides in its shell? Netherworld Great Emperor pinched Qin Yun's shoulder and said, You brat, don't look down on me. Oh, that's right. That little girl Shui Dai said that you have some urgent matter to discuss with me. Don't you have your past life's memories? How do you know about these things? My memories are fragmented. I only know that I am looking for something inside the Nether Sun Star. I am looking for Nether Sun spirits. Qin Yun did not tell Netherworld Great Emperor about Xia Kiru. There is indeed Nether Sun spirits inside the Nether Sun Star. It is something I've been guarding for many years. But since little Fuyun wants it, I will give it to you. But the premise is that you can take it away. Actually, I wanted to take away the Nether Sun spirits for a long time, but I don't know how. Netherworld Great Emperor said with a smile. Foster father, who are you guarding the Nether Sun spirits for? Qin Yun is very happy in his heart. He did not expect that this cheap foster father of his would have some use. The Nether Sun spirits belong to Nether God. I am Nether God's good brother. I worked for him in Immortal Desolate. There used to be a nether god altar in ancient domain, but it has been destroyed. I temporarily lost contact with this brother of mine. The nether sun spirits belonged to him. The nether god altar was destroyed by those bastards from dragon race. Now the 18-layer dragon god altar is also destroyed. There is no more altar in ancient domain. Netherworld Great Emperor is very happy today. His mood is very good. He is laughing nonstop. Qin Yun is secretly amazed. His cheap foster father is actually working for Nether God. Foster father, if you give me the Nether Sun spirits, won't Nether God blame you? Qin Yun asked. Relax. When the time comes, I will just say that it was taken away by Dragon Race. You and I are very close, of course I will give it to you. But you have to be able to take it away. If I didn't, I would have taken it already. Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile. Foster father, to be honest, I was the one who destroyed the Dragon God altar. I am working for Evil God. Do you know where the Evil God altar is? Qin Yun said with smile. What? You were the one who destroyed the Dragon God altar? This is very troublesome. I don't know if Dragon God knows or not. Netherworld Great Emperor's expression is filled with shock and worry as he said, Xiao Fuyun, you are really something? Of all the people you follow a trash like Evil God. The Nether God I follow is a trash, but that Evil God is even worse than the Nether God. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuan may already guessed that Evil God is a weak chicken, but they did not expect him to be this weak. Forget it. I hope Dragon God doesn't know that you did it. That 18-layer altar must have been secretly built by Dragon God after selling himself for many years. Now that it has been destroyed by you, he will surely explode in anger. Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile. I have to say, even after reincarnating, you are still as good at stirring up trouble as before. It is truly hard to change one's nature. Ha ha ha. Foster father, quickly tell me the location of the Evil God altar. That guy promised to give me something. Qin Yun said with smile. The Evil God altar is under the Holy Lake. It has been sealed. That trash Evil God actually has some ability. His half-destroyed Evil God altar can actually run to the bottom of the Holy Lake and hide. Netherworld Great Emperor said. Qin Yun doesn't dare to believe that there is actually an Evil God altar hidden under the Holy Lake. Netherworld Great Emperor took out the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade and handed it over to Qin Yun. He said with smile, Xiao Fuyun, take this. I don't need it for now. Wait until Xiao Ming wakes up. He will be more or less recovered and will be able to help you trick people. Let's go. I will take you to the Nether Sunstar. Netherworld Great Emperor took out a very large formation plate. It is a teleportation formation. Qin Yun walked over and asked, Foster father, are you Yongdai, Xin Xian, and the others your own children? Of course not. I picked them up from the streets. Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile. I have picked up many children. Yu Shanbing is also one of them. He is now your student. Netherworld Great Emperor opened the teleportation formation and arrived at the Nether Sunstar in a flash. Qin Yun, Netherworld Great Emperor, and the formation plate arrived at a stone room. Roar, roar, roar. As soon as they arrived, they heard a burst of dragon roar coming from outside. Chapter 1137. Special Order, Xiao Fuyun. I will first bring you to see the Nether Sun Spirit. You try to see whether or not you could take away the Nether Sun Spirit. Netherworld Great Emperor brought Qin Yun to a staircase leading to the ground and said, You can go down by yourself. The Nether Sun Spirit is at the bottom. I don't usually get close to it. It is very uncomfortable. Qin Yun walked down. Netherworld Great Emperor yelled again from behind. If you feel uncomfortable getting close to the Nether Sun Spirit, get away from it as soon as possible. Got it. Qin Yun nodded. I'm going to meet those bastards from the Dragon Clan. I haven't seen them in a long time. Now that the Dragon God altar has been destroyed, their expressions must be very ugly. I will go and provoke them, haha. Netherworld Great Emperor was very happy. Not only did he see his adopted son, he also saw the dragon race suffer a great loss. One must know that even though the Netherworld Great Emperor used to be a very powerful Great Emperor, his power was now suppressed, causing his strength to be just like that. The dragon race obtained the help of the dragon god through the dragon god altar. The Netherworld Great Emperor found it hard to resist, so he endured for many years. Now that the dragon race no longer had the dragon god altar, the Netherworld Great Emperor could finally retaliate. Qin walked down the pitch-black staircase in an extremely good mood. He didn't expect that the meeting with the Nether Sect's Sectmaster would go so smoothly. How many scandals did I know about the Netherworld Emperor in my previous life? This fellow actually wishes for nothing more than for me to never recover my memories. When Qin thought of this matter, he found it somewhat amusing. Xiao Yun, Sister Karu also doesn't seem to want you to recover your memories. Could it be that you also know about the stupid things she did in the past? Ling Yun said with a charming smile. Maybe, after I obtain the Nether Sun Spirit, I will contact Sister Karu and ask her if she knows about the relationship between me and Netherworld Great Emperor. Qin feels that Xie Qiru should know about it, but she has been hiding it from him. Ling Yun said again. The Nether Soul, Sacred Blades, Spirit unexpectedly did not tell you about this. Really? Maybe because I reincarnated, the tool spirit doesn't recognize me. Qin Yun said with smile. But no matter what, the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade is still following me. The staircase was very long and led deep underground. Qin Yun quickly walked down, feeling somewhat puzzled. Because the Netherworld Great Emperor said that it would be very uncomfortable to approach the Nether Sun Spirit. He didn't know why he felt so uncomfortable. He just wanted to go down and take a look. Sister Yao Fong, did you know that my past life and Netherworld Great Emperor were acquainted? Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yao Fong. What? Do you know the Netherworld Emperor? Yao Fong is somewhat amazed. I only know that Netherworld Great Emperor is a pretty good guy. At least that is what Devil Immortal Great Emperor said in his memory. It's a rather stupid old man. Qin Yun could not help but laugh out loud. If the Netherworld Great Emperor knew about this matter, his hatred towards the Devil Immortal Great Emperor would definitely increase even more. Sister Yao Fong, I saw Netherworld Great Emperor. This guy actually said that I'm his adopted son. Do you think that's true? Sister Kiru also never told me about this. Qin Yun said, Did you really see him? Where did you see him? Yao Fong is very shocked. Are you sure he is the Netherworld Great Emperor? There is no mistake, it was the Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade that guided me there. Qin Yun simply explained the process. After Yao Fong finished listening, she feels that this is inconceivable. Qin Yun, you are most likely the adopted son of the Netherworld Great Emperor. To be honest, your identity has always been a mystery in the Immortal Desolate. I feel that you are not as simple as the adopted son of the Netherworld Great Emperor. Yao Fong is now filled with curiosity. Sister Yao Fong, how is your study of the Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture? Qin Yun also wants to ask the Netherworld Great Emperor about the Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture. Back then, it was Qin Yun's past life who deliberately cursed Devil Immortal Great Emperor. After Yao Fong was cursed, she was able to pry into the memories of the Devil Immortal Great Emperor and obtain the Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture. In other words, this was all meticulously planned by Qin Yun's past life. And after Yao Fong obtained the Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture, she no longer hates Qin Yun that much. I still can't master it. Before I master it, I won't impart it to you. It's not that I want to hog it for myself. I am worried that you will suffer from cultivation deviation. In other words, you can't go in contact with it. Yao Fong said. Qin Yun doesn't doubt Yao Fong's words. Although Yao Fong hated him very much, now they are getting along very well. She is very concerned about him and has helped him a lot. Sister Yao Fong, do you need the World Extermination Spirit? If you have it, maybe you will be able to learn it even faster. Qin Yun said with smile. Qin Yun doesn't have the World Extermination Spirit, but Xiao Yume's mirror has it. He can join hands with Xiao Yume to refine the World Extermination Spirit. If you have time, give it to me. I will give it a try. Yao Fong also knows that Xiao Yuanmei's mirror has nether sun spirit. Oh, that's right, Sister Yao Fong. What is the relationship between my past life and Sister Karu? Qin Yun asked. I don't know. Yao Fong is also very curious about this matter. Oh, Qin Yun can only ask Netherworld Great Emperor. Siak Karu will never tell him about this matter. Not long after, Qin Yun suddenly felt that his body is very sore. It is making him very uncomfortable. Could it be that I am close to the nether sun spirit? Qin Yun is apprehensive. What kind of energy is this? Why is it making me feel so uncomfortable? Xiao Yun, the power of the nether sun spirit is very special. Quickly give it a try and see whether or not you can use the 9 Sun Divine Soul to block it. If the 9 Sun Divine Soul is unable to block it, then you won't be able to approach it. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun is indeed finding it very difficult to continue walking because his whole body is very sore. It can't be said to be painful. It is just a very uncomfortable feeling. He secretly urged the 9 Sun Divine Soul and poured all the energy in his body into the 9 Sun Divine Soul. After his energy passed through the 9 Sun Divine Spirit and entered his body, the sour feeling disappeared, allowing him to continue walking. It seems like the 9 Sun Divine Soul is the key to obtaining the Nether Sun Spirit. Qin Yun is very happy in his heart and quickly walked down. Finally, he arrived at the bottom. There's a black pearl here. It looks like the Nether Sun different from the Nether Sun. This black pearl gives people a very special feeling. What's going on here? Qin Yun suddenly felt a headache and covered his head with his hands. Xiao Yun, this is a mental power attack. Ling Yuner yelled. Quickly pour your mental power into the 9 Sun Divine Soul and circulate it through the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Qin Yun immediately did as instructed, and not long after, he gradually recovered. No wonder foster father said that it is very uncomfortable to come here. This Nether Sun Spirit is indeed very difficult to collect. Qin Yun took out the immortal graveyard diagram and contacted Siekru. Xiao Yun, what's the matter? Siekiru's sweet and gentle voice came through. Sister Kiru, I found the Nether Sun Spirit. It is right in front of me. How do I collect it? Qin Yun hastily asked. So fast. Siekiru is somewhat amazed and hastily said, touch it with the 9 Sun Divine Soul, and you will be able to collect it. Qin Yun controlled the 9 Sun Divine Soul to come out of his wrist, then walked over and touched the Nether Sun Spirit. The Nether Sun Spirit suddenly turned into black gas and coiled around Qin Yun's wrist, causing him to shout in fright. Xiao Yun, what happened? Siekiru's voice is filled with worry. No, it's nothing. The Nether Sun Spirit suddenly coiled around my wrist like a snake. I jumped in fright. Qin Yun said with smile. The Nether Sun Spirit is now entering the 9 Sun Divine Soul bit by bit. Qin Yun asked, Sister Karu, this Nether Sun Spirit and your 9 Divine Soul should be a pair, right? Why can it enter my 9 Sun Divine Soul? You are only temporarily collecting the Nether Sun Spirit. When we meet again later, the Nether Sun Spirit will enter my 9 Divine Soul, Sikaru said with smile. Xiao Yun, this Nether Sun Spirit has a very strong ability. As for what it is, I am not too clear. Qin Yun looked at the 9 Sun Divine Soul on his wrist. Among the 9 pearls, one of them has become very big. It is the pearl containing the Nether Sun Spirit. Damn it! That pearl is the 4th pearl. I still can't open it. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. Of all the places to go, I have to enter this pearl. Xiao Yun, don't worry. In any case, the Nether Sun Spirit in Spirit Desolate is already in your hands. Siekiru said with light smile. Qin Yun has finally obtained a Nether Sun Spirit, but he still can't use it. He still needs to open the 4th pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Sister Kiru, I saw Netherworld Great Emperor. He is the one who gave me the Nether Sun Spirit. Qin Yun told Siekiru about how he met Netherworld Great Emperor and then asked, is he really my foster father? I'm also not too clear about this matter. Your past life only mentioned it to me, but did not tell me the specifics. Siekiru lightly sighed. Foster father said that I abducted you from a mortal emperor's side and caused him to jump up and down. What is going on? Qin Yun is very curious. It is because I left with you back then, Xiaqiru said with smile. Xiao Yun, don't ask about this. It was a very long time ago. Soon after, Qin Yun told Xiaqiru about the dragon god Altar and evil god Altar. Xiaqiru repeatedly exclaimed in admiration after listening. Foster father worked for Netherworld god, then sister Kiru. Did you ever work for those gods? Qin Yun asked. No, they don't like me. Xiaqiru laughed. Devil Immortal, Great Emperor, and Immortal Emperor definitely have. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Devil Immortal, Great Emperor, and Immortal Emperor are truly trash. They have worked for gods so many times but still can't enter Sacred Desolate. Xiaqiru said, Those gods don't want them to enter Sacred Desolate. They only want them to stay in Immortal Desolate. After all, Devil Immortal, Great Emperor, and Immortal Emperor are powerful tyrants in Immortal Desolate. Qin Yun thought about it and realized that those gods don't want Devil Immortal, Great Emperor, and Immortal Emperor to become stronger. It would be easier to control them. Xiao Yun, Yuelon and others are doing well in Guanghan Palace. She told you not to worry about them and to take good care of Yuanmei, as well as Xian Rujing. Yuelon also told you to treat Xian Rujing well. Xiaqiru said with charming smile. You should know what Yuelon is thinking, right? Chapter 1138. Little Big Brother, Xian Rujing is in transcending Xianxi region. I also want to go there. I don't know if she has found an immortal gate or not. Maybe she has already gone to the Immortal Desolate? It's hard to say. It's not that easy to find the immortal gate. You better hurry back to the transcending Xianxi region to find her and protect her. Xiaqiru said, You have to treat her a bit better. I heard from Yuelon that you often bullied her before. What did I bully her? I treat her very well. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, That's good. Xiaqiru said with smile. That little girl Yuanmei is with you, right? And she is truly free and easy, obtaining a heavenly rune martial soul. I told you before that her heavenly rune martial spirit is mysterious fusion heavenly rune. Qin Yun said, Profound fusion heavenly rune? This is a very good heavenly rune. Xiaqiru said in amazement. It's good that you and Yuanmei obtained it. Qin Yun looked at the 9-sun divine soul on his wrist. He wanted to quickly open the 4th pearl. The 9-yang divine spirit is very strange. The later the pearls are, the harder it is to open. He was curious about what was inside. I really want to go to Immortal Desolate as soon as possible. I am now a first tribulation half immortal. It should be easier for me to pass through the immortal gate, right? Qin Yun asked Xiaqiru while holding the immortal graveyard diagram. It's hard to say. Are you in such a hurry to go to the Immortal Desolate because you miss Bingxing? Xiaqiru teased. She's the one who misses me. This inwardly coquettish sister Bingxing has eaten my tofu countless times. When Qin Yun thought of this matter, he felt somewhat displeased. Who told you to owe her so much in your previous life? Xiaqiru giggled. Sister Kiru, were we lovers in our previous life? Qin Yun suddenly asked. Don't ask blindly. Xiaqiru lightly said, Xiao Yun, properly increase your strength. Go there before the Immortal Desolate and Sacred Desolate are destroyed. After experiencing these 2 great wastelands, you could become even stronger and find other Nether Sun spirits. Martial Desolate, Magical Desolate, Spirit Desolate, and Beast Desolate are all gone. Do these places have Nether Sun spirits? Qin Yun asked. There were. However, they were brought to the Immortal Desolate a long time ago. In short, the Nether Sun spirits are gathered in the strongest place. Xiaqiru said, If you're strong enough, I will guide you to other Nether Sun spirits. He doesn't know when he will be able to go to Immortal Desolate. After all, he is only a first tribulation half immortal. Xiao Yun, I'm going to rest. You should also be careful when facing the dragon race. Xiaqiru warned. Got it. Qin Yun put away the immortal graveyard diagram. He was about to reach the top. Qin Yun arrived at the secret room and saw a door. He walked over and opened it. He wants to find Netherworld Great Emperor. After he opened the door, he saw a black-robed old man. It was Yu Yongdai. Family master Yu. Qin Yun is somewhat amazed and asked, "Why are you here?" Seeing Qin Yun, Yu Yongdai is stunned for a moment. Then he let out a strange cry and jumped up. He did not know that Qin Yun was still alive. Now, he saw Qin Yun alive and well. Furthermore, he came out from the secret chamber. This is even more frightening than seeing a ghost. This is Nether Sect's holy palace. This secret chamber is my father's cultivation room. You are still alive? Why are you here? Yu Yongdai is not lightly shocked. He is somewhat incoherent. You were waiting for me here? Qin Yun said with smile. My father told me to wait for him here. Who knew it would be you? Didn't you die? Yu Yongdai asked with a shocked expression. I came back to life. It was my little sister who saved me. A Bing, Yu Feng, and Shuru also participated. Qin Yun said with smile. That girl Yu Feng, she actually did not tell me about this. Yu Yongdai laughed. He is still very curious as he asked. Then why are you in this secret chamber? Father usually doesn't let us in. Truth be told, Nether Sect leader is my foster father. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Father accepted you as his foster son? Yu Yongdai cried out in alarm. After he regained his senses, he said with smile, It doesn't matter. You're not related by blood to Yu Feng and Shui Dai. What are you thinking? Qin Yun shook his head and said with smile. Yu Yongdai laughed and said, I'm the big brother. You are also my little brother from now on. I heard Dean Shui say that Ming family's patriarch is big brothers. Qin Yun said, Don't listen to Dean Shui's nonsense. He is just a coward. Xian Xin is controlling him completely. I am the big brother. Yu Yongdai patted Qin Yun's shoulder. He feels that having such a foster brother is not bad. Qin Yun feels that his past life was Netherworld Great Emperor's foster son. Whether it is Yu family's Yu Yongdai, Ming family's Shui clan, and Xian Xin, they should all be his little sister and little brother. What about Dragon Race? Qin Yun asked. Dragon Race? They all left. They only came here to roar a few times to scare us. Father sent them away with just a few moves. Yu Yongdai said with smile. Xiao Yun, Dragon Race's dragon god altar is gone. From now on, ancient domain will belong to our Nether Sect. Ha ha ha. At this time, Xian Xin also arrived. Just like Yu Yongdai, she is very scared seeing Qin Yun here. She also realized that Qin Yun is still alive, but she doesn't understand why he is here. She promised Qin Yun that as long as she brings him to the Nether Sunstar to stay for a few days, Qin Yun will refine weapons for her for free. Now that Yu Yongdai and Qin Yun are together, she feels that it was Yu Yongdai who brought Qin Yun here. Netherworld Great Emperor has returned. He is laughing heartily. Those dragon race bastards are even more cowardly than dogs without the dragon god altar. Ha ha, father. Yu Yongdai and Xian Xin hastily greeted. Father, Qin Yun said with smile. Xian Xin doesn't know that Qin Yun is Netherworld Great Emperor's foster son. She is very shocked, but after thinking about it, she doesn't find it strange. She guessed that Shui Dai and Yu Feng introduced Qin Yun to Netherworld Great Emperor. Father, why did you call us here? Xian Xin looked at Qin Yun and asked, When did you accept a little brother for us? A Ming and a Shui are not here yet? Netherworld Great Emperor patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with mischievous smile, This is not your little brother. He is your big brother. Your oldest big brother. What? Yu Yongdai opened his eyes wide in shock and looked at Xian Xin. Xian Xin is also very shocked. Father, this brat is very young. Moreover, he is your foster son. How can he be your big brother? Xian Xin said in amazement. Indeed. It should be first come, first served. Yu Yongdai said with smile. Well, he was my foster son. You were not even born. Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile. A red-robed old man suddenly arrived at the secret room. He is the clan leader of Shui clan, Shui Wei. The last old man to arrive is wearing black armor. He is the clan leader of Ming family, Ming Ao. They all recognized Qin Yun because they saw how he was killed by Tribulation Thunder. Now, they have the same reaction as Xian Xian and Yu Yongdai. What shocked them the most is that Qin Yun is their big brother. Father, what the hell is going on? I don't have any problem with him being my big brother, but he should give us a reasonable explanation, Shui Wei said. He was captured by Qin Yun before, so he is very afraid of Qin Yun in his heart. Netherworld Great Emperor said with sigh, "It is a long story. When Xiao Fuyun was still a wimpy kid, he was my foster son. Later he contracted a strange disease and was sealed by me. You should also know that I used to be the strongest great emperor in Immortal Desolate. When I was being hunted down, I hid Xiao Fuyun in Martial Desolate. It is obvious that Netherworld Great Emperor is making this up. Qin Yun secretly despises Netherworld Great Emperor for boasting about being the strongest great emperor in Immortal Desolate. You don't know, but I was being hunted down by several Immortal Emperor level people. I used a very formidable power to tear open a space crack and threw Xiao Fuyun into Martial Desolate. Luckily, I was very strong and managed to block them, but I was also seriously injured." Netherworld Great Emperor continued. Yu Yongdai and the others very much believe in Netherworld Great Emperor. Rather, it is because Netherworld Great Emperor is very strong and nurtured many formidable people. They were all saved by Netherworld Great Emperor back then. Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile. After Xiao Fuyun spent many years in Martial Desolate, his seal was broken and he grew up. Moreover, he became a very strong soul refining inscription master. He's the first godson I've taken in. Although his cultivation isn't high, you should all know how talented he is, right? My vision has always been very good, right? Xian Xian said with smile. Big brother, can you refine a suitable weapon for little sister? Big brother, I also want one. Yu Yongdai said with shameless smile. I also want one. Shui Wei saw that he can take advantage of this big brother and squeezed out a smile. How can you be so shameless? Ming Ao looked at Yu Yongdai and the others and reprimanded them. Ming Ao looked at Qin Yun and said with smile, Big brother, I will provide materials and you will refine a weapon for little brother for free. How about it? Qin Yun is speechless in his heart. These foster brothers and sisters are all old foxes. All right, I will give you a list. Give me the materials, and I will refine a good weapon for you for free. Qin Yun said with smile. Consider a small gift from this big brother to you. Many thanks, big brother. Xian Xian said with smile. Stinky brat, what about me? Netherworld Great Emperor yelled in low voice. I also don't have any good weapon. I heard your saber is very powerful. It can even cut down half immortal tools. Dad, give me the materials. I will refine a weapon for you. I don't have many materials. Qin Yun feels that Netherworld Great Emperor must have many good materials. All right, Netherworld Great Emperor indeed can't find any good weapons in Ancient Domain. He also knows that Ancient Domain's inscription masters are very weak. He wants to take advantage of the fact that Qin Yun is here and quickly ask for a good weapon. Although Qin Yun will refine for free, he won't suffer any loss because he will be able to obtain a large amount of materials. Oh, that's right. Those cowards from Dragon Race want to have a showdown with our Nether sect. They want to send some juniors out to compete. If we win, they will agree to let our Nether sect rule the entire Ancient Domain. If we lose, the Dragon Race will rule the entire Ancient Domain. Netherworld Great Emperor said. Is there a time limit? Ming Ao asked. Chapter 1139. Chapter 1139. Soul Cultivation. Father, when are we going to fight the Dragon Race? Yu Yongdai asked. 2 months later, after we defeat the Dragon Race. We won't have so much trouble in the future. Dragon Race will either submit to us or scram out of Ancient Domain. Netherworld Great Emperor said. Because the Dragon Race has been in Ancient Domain for so many years, Ancient Domain is in a foul atmosphere. Qin Yun also found out that for many years, many geniuses of the Ancient Domain either mysteriously disappeared or left the Ancient Domain and never came back. Some of them were captured by the dragon race to be sacrificed. Others were afraid of being captured by the dragon race, so they left ancient domain early. Xian Xian asked, "What kind of competition are we going to have? Those bastards from the dragon race are very treacherous. The competition this time will not be simple." Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile, "Relax. Our Nether sect has recruited many geniuses for many years. If we lose this time, we can forget about fighting the dragon race in the future. We will surely win." Qin Yun has already obtained the Nether Sun Spirit. Just now, he sent sound transmission to Netherworld Great Emperor to inform him about the matter. Now he wants to return to the floating island and find the evil god altar at the bottom of the holy lake. "I want to return to the floating island. I will refine some equipment for you," Qin Yun said with smile. "Big brother, I will send you off." Yu Yongdai walked over with smile and pulled Qin Yun. Shuiwei also walked over and pulled Qin Yun. That little girl Xiao Dai becoming holy maiden is all thanks to Big Brother's guidance. Big Brother survived that kind of half-immortal tribulation. His future prospects are boundless. Ming Ao said with smile, "Don't fight. Quickly send Big Brother back. Let him refine tools in peace." Xian Xian also walked over and pulled Qin Yun. A group of them surrounded Qin Yun and started telling him what kind of weapons they wanted at the same time. The weapons Netherworld Great Emperor wants are very simple. They look like Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Just like this, Qin Yun was dragged by these old men to a teleportation formation and teleported to a residence in Great Ancient College. "Don't let anyone know that I am still alive. I also don't want to provoke too many troubles during this period of time. This way, I can refine tools for you in peace," Qin Yun said with smile. "I know, Big Brother," Yu Yongdai said with smile. "All right, I'll go back myself." Qin Yun waved his hand, then quickly got rid of these old fellows and rushed back to the floating island. Yu Feng and Xiao Yuanmei are anxiously waiting for Qin Yun to return. They are also afraid that Qin Yun will be persecuted by Nether sect leader. Qin Yun flew back to the floating island and saw Yu Feng, Xiao Yuanmei, and Yu Shunbing in the first floor of 9 Condensation Pagoda. Seeing Qin Yun return, Xiao Yuanmei and the other two heaved a long sigh of relief. "Brother, you worried us to death." Xiao Yuanmei hastily walked over and touched Qin Yun's body to see if he is injured or not. "Teacher, why didn't you tell me that you were going to see sect leader?" Yu Shunbing said with smile. "Let me go with you. It will be a lot safer." Yu Shunbing is Netherworld Great Emperor's foster son, and Qin Yun is his big brother. However, Qin Yun did not mention this matter for the time being. "Bing, I am fine now," Qin Yun said with smile, "but I took a lot of work. They're all in the field of forging. This is a good thing. I am in urgent need of forging." Yu Shunbing laughed loudly and said, "Did sect leader send you work?" "It can be considered so." Qin Yun is very satisfied with Yu Shunbing's current level. As long as Yu Shunbing can finish refining the embryo, Qin Yun can take care of carving runes. Yu Shunbing brought Qin Yun to his large house. On the way, Qin Yun informed Yu Shunbing about the weapons and armors that he wants to forge. Xian Xian and the others also provided him with the designs of the weapons and armors. Yu Shunbing looked at the designs and said with smile, "So it is Shuiwei and the others. Ha ha ha. Teacher, how much did you receive from them?" "Not much. They provided me with many materials." Qin Yun took out a large pile of materials and handed them over to Yu Shunbing. He also took out his 2 smelting furnaces and handed them over to Yu Shunbing. Yu Shunbing is very happy. He has been practicing forging materials all this time. Now he can finally forge a truly formidable king tool. He is very impatient to start. "Oh, that's right, teacher. When you give them the equipment, don't tell them that I am participating in the forging," Yu Shunbing suddenly said. "Why?" Qin Yun asked. "If you tell them that I am participating, they will be prejudiced against me. If they don't know that I am the one who forged them and approve of them, it means that my level is very close to teachers," Yu Shunbing said with smile. "All right." Qin Yun nodded. Yu Shunbing very excitedly began refining. Qin Yun left all the work to Yu Shunbing and returned to the 9 condensation pagoda. Qingyun, did sect leader make things difficult for you? Did he force you to agree to anything? If he did, tell me. I will go and reason with him. No, he is very good to me, Qingyun said with mischievous smile. I agreed to help him refine equipment. He is very happy. Sister Yufeng, it seems like our worries were unnecessary, Xiao Yuemei said with light smile. That's good. Then I will return. Sect leader wants us to work hard to increase our strength during this period of time. Nether sect's disciples are undergoing very arduous cultivation. Yufeng sighed and then left the 9 condensation pagoda. Seeing that Yufeng has left, Xiao Yuemei pinched Qingyun's face and said, Brother, why are you going to see Nether sect's sect leader? Yuemei, have you heard of Netherworld Great Emperor? Qingyun asked with mysterious smile. Of course I have. What about it? Netherworld Great Emperor is a very tragic guy. He died in such a shady way. According to legend, he is the weakest of the 3 great emperors in Immortal Desolate. Xiao Yuemei said, Netherworld Great Emperor is truly weak in Immortal Desolate, so he often brags in front of Xian Xin and the others. Nether sect's sect leader is Netherworld Great Emperor. He is not dead, Qingyun said with smile. Xiao Yuemei is very shocked. Are you sure that Nether sect leader is Netherworld Great Emperor? Qingyun took out the Nether Spirit Sacred Blade and told Xiao Yuemei about it. Xiao Yuemei sighed endlessly after hearing this. Yuemei, did you not know that I was Netherworld Great Emperor's foster son in your past life? Qingyun asked. I didn't know. When we met in our past life, Netherworld Great Emperor had been missing for a long time. You didn't even mention it to me. Xiao Yuemei shook her head. Sister Kiru actually knew. It seems like my past life was very mysterious, Qingyun said with smile. Isn't that so? You're also very fond of swindling people. True and false, Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. It is still you who is more honest now. Yuemei, evil god altar is below the holy lake, but foster father did not tell me where it is. We will have to find it ourselves. Qingyun pinched Xiao Yuemei's face and said with smile. This is very good. We will find the evil god altar and ask evil god to give us something. Xiao Yuemei very happily said. I am afraid it is not enough. Evil god has been sealed. We have to help him escape. Qingyun said. Evil god is truly a swindler. I don't know if there is any future in following him. Look at your foster father. Because he worshipped the wrong god, he fell behind Immortal Emperor and Devil Immortal Great Emperor. Xiao Yuemei pouted and said, We cannot place too much hope on evil god. We must fish up as many benefits as possible so that he won't be killed by other gods. Qingyun laughed. Yuemei, don't say this kind of thing to evil god. Xiao Yuemei stuck out her tongue and said with smile, Take out the devil horn. We will ask him about the altar. Qingyun took out the large golden devil horn. Evil god, we know where the altar is. When the altar was destroyed, it ran away and hid under the holy lake. Qingyun said, there is such a thing? How come I didn't know that my altar could run away? Ha. This is my awesome point. Evil god became very happy hearing this and said again, How do you know about this? This is what my foster father told me. My foster father is Immortal Desolate's Netherworld Great Emperor. He used to follow Netherworld God. Qingyun simply explained what happened to Netherworld Great Emperor, as well as how he met Netherworld Great Emperor in Ancient Domain. Netherworld Great Emperor? Of course I heard about him. Your foster father is truly an idiot. He actually followed a guy like Netherworld God. You should know that I am a relatively weak god, and that Netherworld God is even worse than me. Evil God said with sneer, If you follow me, your future will be boundless. I am currently in a difficult situation. Wait until I break free, and I will immediately rise. Xiao Yuemei rolled her eyes because Netherworld Great Emperor said that Evil God is even more useless than Netherworld God. Qingyun, on the other hand, felt that the Evil God and the Underworld God were about the same. Evil God, if my foster father follows you, will you accept him? He is planning to have a showdown with Dragon Race. If he wins, ancient domain will belong to his nether sect. When the time comes, I will set up a formation specifically to collect evil spirits and sacrifice them to you. Then he will be in charge of ancient domain. Qin said, "You are very welcome. Evil God is very happy. Evil God, don't instigate my foster father to perform a live sacrifice." Qin warned, "Relax. If you perform a live sacrifice, your foster father will be finished very easily." "I'm not that stupid," Evil God said. "Quickly find my altar and perform a death sacrifice on me. I only need a bit more power to break free. After I break free, I will transfer divine power to you and guide you in spirit cultivation." Spirit cultivation? I am cultivating immortal devil sacred body art now. Will there be any effect? Qin somewhat excitedly asked. There will be no effect, no conflict. On the contrary, it will be beneficial to you. Evil God laughed loudly and said, "You don't need to worry. I will make you even stronger." Evil God, can you give me some things from Divine Desolate through the altar? Xiao Yumei very much yearns for good things from Divine Desolate. If you can build a 10-layer altar, there will be no problem. That half-damaged Evil God altar can only transfer divine power. Evil God said with sigh, "Take your time. That 18-layer Dragon God altar is not something that can be built in a day and night. Of course, it has been destroyed by you now." Ha ha ha. Qin stored the devil horn, then let Long Tianji out to release even more small spiders to search the bottom of the holy lake. Chapter 1140. Lake Bottom Boundary. Xiao Yuanmei knows that Qin has been using small spiders to probe the bottom of the holy lake, so she doesn't find it strange to see Long Tianji come out. After Long Tianji returned to the Nine-Sun Divine Soul, Xiao Yuanmei said, "The evil god altar ran to the bottom of the holy lake by itself. Even evil god doesn't know about it. What is actually under the holy lake?" Qin asked the Netherworld Great Emperor this question, but he didn't know. The sacred lake was indeed very mysterious. For many years, various forces have been investigating the bottom of the lake, but to no avail. The Monster Beast Alliance had the most thorough investigation of the sacred lake. They might have found something, but they didn't make it public. Long Tianji used a large number of small spiders to dive into the bottom of the lake. They searched everywhere, but did not find anything. Qin guessed that if he wanted to make any discoveries, he needed to drill to the bottom of the lake and penetrate deeper into the soil. Long Tianji let those small spiders try. They also went very deep, but they still didn't find anything. Evil God altar is not small. If it is truly at the bottom of the holy lake, those spiders should know about it. Qin said with frown, "Don't tell me there is a barrier below." Shui Jioming's island is hidden in the middle of the sacred lake. Previously, it was protected by the formation barrier, so he couldn't see it. If there really was an array formation at the bottom of the lake, those little spiders definitely wouldn't be able to discover it. "Brother, we can't go on like this. You told me that those little spiders have searched the bottom of the lake. Even if we release more of them, it won't make any difference." Xiao Yuanmei said, "How about this? You and I join hands and refine some talismans that can detect barriers. We will stick them on the small spiders and let them run under the lake." "That's a good idea. Let's take action now." Qin told Long Tianji to carefully hide at the bottom of the lake and take back those spiders. Qin went to find Yu Xinbing and asked for many talisman papers. As long as he could make talisman paper for Xian talismans, it would be fine. Qin took out the Gemini treasure mirror from the 9 condensation pagoda and carved some star and moon runes on it. Those star and moon runes can sense the existence of formations and barriers. Many of the array pillars on the battling platform were carved with such runes. This was used to sense if the person on the stage was carrying a magic treasure or not. Qin is currently only making simple array detection talismans. He carved the runes on the Gemini treasure mirror. Xiao Yuanmei also used her small mirror to copy the runes. Qin gave Xiao Yuanmei many talisman papers. Then the two of them used a mirror to look at those talisman papers. They can print one in a short while. It is very fast. There are 600 talisman papers here. It should be enough to make 600, right? Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. It's enough. They used a mirror to craft talismans, and the speed was very fast. They only needed to inject the power of the blood soul into it. Although the consumption was great, it was worth it. In just one night, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei made 600 Xian formation searching talismans. After waiting for nightfall, they went to a cave at the side of the lake and told Long Tianji to release the small spiders. Then, he stuck the formation detecting talismans on the little spiders. These Xian talismans can last for 7 days. Qin Yun said, 7 days should be enough to explore the bottom of the lake. Xiao Yuanmei asked, Xiao Ji, are there many demon beasts in the waters controlled by the Demon Bee School District? Long Tianji nodded and said, Indeed, there are also dragons below. I had dozens of small spiders killed by them. Do you know what they're doing down there? Are they also looking for something? Xiao Yuanmei asked. They're just swimming around down there. As for whether or not they are looking for something, I don't know. Long Tianji shook her head. She also reported this matter to Qin Yun. Many small spiders have entered the holy lake. Qin Yun looked at the tranquil lake and said, Now, we only need to wait for 7 days. Xiao Yuanmei has been staying at the holy lake for a very long time. She knows that the holy lake is very peculiar. It can increase people's perception. Because of this, many people have been exploring the lake for many years, but they have not found anything. Qin Yun read many books in the library pavilion. Many people have explored the bottom of the holy lake, but none of them have found anything. There must be something down there, otherwise the evil god Alter would not have gone there. Xiao Yuanmei opened her watery eyes wide and looked at the lake. She wants to immediately explore the mystery of the holy lake. Let's go. We will talk after returning to the floating island. Qin Yun said with smile and sent Long Tianji into the Nine-Sun Divine Soul. Late at night, Xiao Yuanmei and Qin Yun quietly returned to the floating island. Yu Xinbing is still refining tools in the middle of the night. Qin Yun also went over to take a look and saw that Yu Xinbing's progress is very fast. Just as he was about to return to the 9 condensation pagoda, he saw a beautiful woman wearing fluttering white skirt slowly floating down from the sky. Nangong Shuiru has arrived. Isn't this Nangong Shuiru? Why is she here so late at night? Qin Yun asked in his heart. Of course I miss you, Ling Yuner said with smile. Nangong Shuiru gracefully landed in front of Qin Yun and said with smile, Teacher Qin, why are you not resting? Qin Yun said with smile, I don't need to rest. Since you are here so late at night, you must have something important to discuss with me, right? My master has refined a jade immortal pill. It is a pill that can increase the cultivation of a half-immortal. Master said that it is the lowest grade immortal pill. Nangong Shuru finished speaking, looked towards the distance, and faintly sighed. She is going through 7th tribulation. I hope she will succeed. Shuiru, she will surely succeed. Qin Yun said with smile. Teacher Qin, Master wants me to think of a way to join Nether Sect. You have good relationship with Nether Sect's people. Do you have a way to let me become a disciple of Nether Sect? Nangong Shuiru asked. This is not a problem. Qin Yun is the adopted son of Nether Sect's sect leader, so he dares to guarantee this. Really? That's great. Nangong Shuiru was originally worried because it is very difficult to enter Nether Sect. Nangong Shuiru suddenly took out a sound transmission magic tool and received the message inside. Then she said with pleasant surprise, Master has crossed 7th tribulation. She has left this space. That's great. Congratulations on becoming an immortal. Qin Yun said with smile. This is all thanks to Teacher Qin. Without your immortal jade paste, who knows how long it would have taken for her to succeed. Nangong Shuiru very happily said. Her face is filled with happy smile. Sister Shuiru. Xiao Yuanmei suddenly jumped out, hugged Nangong Shuiru, and playfully said, Sister Shu, you are so fragrant. Did you make some kind of perfume? Yuanmei, I want to join Nether Sect. Are you now a disciple of Ming's sect? Nangong Shuiru asked with smile. I'm not yet. But I want to join Nether Sect. There is no problem at all. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. That's true. I will go find Xiao Fei and call her over. Nangang Shiru very happily flew away from the floating island. Xiao Yuanmei looked at the stars in the sky and said, Brother, Xiao Tian and Sister Mengzhu are hiding. I will immediately contact them and bring them to Nether Sect. I heard that Nether Sect's holy land can increase one's strength. All right, call them over. I will contact little sister Xian Xian and ask her to bring you to Nether Sect. Qinyan also feels that Nether Sunstar's defense is very good. Dragon race has been unable to break through it for many years. Otherwise, it would have been destroyed long ago. Although Netherworld Great Emperor is weak, he is still very overbearing and immortal desolate. If he wanted to dominate ancient domain, it would not be a problem. Xiao Yuanmei went to contact Yu Shutian and the others. Su Xiaoba also returned from hunting dragons. Here are 2 dragons. Su Xiaoba handed over 2 very large golden pouches to Qinyan. These are very large storage pouches. They can contain a whole dragon. Qinyan took them and looked at them. Then, very satisfied, he stored them away. Teacher, your equipment is very useful. Those bullshit dragon warriors' claws can't even scratch my armor. Su Xiaoba said with smile. It is just a bit ugly. If you can refine them into shiny golden armor, they will be even more awesome. Xiaoba, can you contact your grandfather and the others? Also Jin He and Jin Xuanhu. I want to recruit them into Nether Sect. Qinyan said. Join Nether Sect? Nether Sect is fighting against Dragon Race. This is very good. Su Xiaoba very much approves of Qinyan's words. I will go find grandfather and the others. We will talk about it later. Xian Xian is also on the floating island above the Holy Lake. After Qinyan sent her sound transmission, she immediately rushed over. Big brother, Xian Xian said with smile. Little sister, Qinyan feels that it is very strange to call this old granny little sister. I want to recommend some people to Nether Sect. Is that okay? Their talent and potential are very good. The people you recommend will surely be very good. Xian Xian nodded. When the time comes, let me take a look. If I find them pleasing to the eye, I will accept them. If they're not good, I will give them to second brother, third brother, and the others. They are all young women. You should know Nangang Shueru, right? Qinyan said with smile. Big brother awesome. You managed to get your hands on Shueru. Xian Xian said with mischievous smile. Granny Shui has crossed 7th half immortal tribulation. Shueru doesn't want to stay in holy assembly anymore. Qinyan waved his hand. There is really nothing between me and Shueru. That old granny Shui has truly crossed 7th half immortal tribulation. She actually did not tell Jiuming about it. Xian Xian exclaimed in admiration. After everyone arrives, I will let Yuanmei bring them to you. You can make the arrangements. Qinyan said. If it was before, it would not have been so easy to recruit people in another sect. But you are different. Father is very partial to you. Xian Xian said with some jealousy. What a biased father. Little sister, help me take care of my friend from now on. I will give you some gifts. Qinyan said in low voice. No problem. I will return first. Xian Xian is very happy. Big brother, you are really good. You are much better than Shui Wei and the others. Nangang Shiru arrived with Gu Qiufei. Then Xiao Yuanmei arrived with Hong Mengshu and the others. After chatting with them for a while, Qinyan asked Xiao Yuanmei to bring them to Xian Xian's place. Xian Xian brought Xiao Yuanmei and the others to the Nether Sun Star through the teleportation formation. She is very satisfied with Xiao Yuanmei and the others who have great potential. What caused Qinyan to be surprised is that Su Xiaoba returned very quickly with Su Luan. Chapter 1141. Mysterious Voice, Senior Su. You should be very clear about Ancient Domain's current situation, right? Qinyan promptly brought Su Luan inside the 9 condensation pagoda. The destruction of the dragon god altar is akin to the destruction of the foundation of the dragon race. The dragon race was also very anxious. Therefore, they decided to have a fair contest with another sect while they were still at their peak. We will use this competition to decide the winner and loser, Su Luan said. The battle between the Nether sect and the dragon race spread like wildfire. Those who were well-informed knew about this a long time ago. The Holy Society and the Demon Bee Society are both on the side of the Dragon Clan. Most of us who came from Spirit Desolate are also unable to decide whether or not to leave the Holy Assembly. Su Luan sighed. Join Nether sect. I have very good relationship with the sect leader of Nether sect. Qin Yun said with smile. Oh, I am willing, but I'm afraid that the others of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain are not willing. Su Luan is very helpless. Ever since our 9 Sun sects joined the various big holy sects, we have been split up bit by bit. Now we are like a plate of loose sand. Su Xiaoba coldly groaned and said, Those idiots will surely regret it in the future. Qin Yun said, Holy sects split you up because they were worried that you would unite and seize their position. This is very normal. On the other hand, 100 Pagoda sect can unite. Maybe it is because we have left transcending Xianxi region and there are no heavenly mountains, so we are unable to unite. Su Luan let out a long sigh. 100 Pagoda sect has 100 Pagoda masters. The internal competition has been very intense for many years. But when fighting against external enemies, they are very united. Over time, they have formed a kind of habit. They don't want to be separated. Qin Yun said with smile. Yeah, Jin family and other experts from Ordinary Realm have joined 100 Pagoda sect. They have become even more powerful. Su Luan nodded. Senior Su, I will have to trouble you to ask other 9 Sun sects whether or not they want to join other sect. If they do, bring them here. It doesn't matter how many they bring, Qin Yun said. Qin Yun could not help but sigh when these powerful 9 Sun sects ended up in such a state. After waiting for a few days, Xiao Yuanmei ran back. Hong Mengzhu and the others continued to stay on the Nether Sun Star. Especially Yu Shutian, she is very curious about the Nether Sun Star. Moreover, she is Qin Yun's friend, so she has special privilege to study the Nether Sun Star as much as she wants. The reason why Xiao Yuanmei ran back is to wait for the results of the lake bottom investigation. On the 5th day, the spiders finally reacted. I found something. Long Tianji promptly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. The talisman on the spider's body is vibrating. Where is it? Qin Yun asked. He looked at the sky, and it happened to be late at night. Long Tianji came out of the 9 Sun Divine Soul, brought along Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei, and flew close to the surface of the lake. The location of the small spider that sensed the boundary was inside the waters under the control of the Dark School District. This made Qin Yun very happy. This way, if there were any disputes, it would not involve the demon beasts or the Holy Assembly. Qin Yun took out the water-avoiding pearl. Then with Xiao Yuanmei and Long Tianji, they easily dived into the lake. The little spider was at the bottom of the lake. After getting close, Long Tianji controlled the small spider to release red light. The bottom of the lake is pitch black. There are many water plants and small spiders. After releasing the red light, they can be seen very quickly. This is the water area under the control of the Dark School. Demon beasts can't come here. Therefore, they won't encounter any formidable water beasts at the bottom. After arriving, Qin Yun let Long Tianji return to the 9 Sun Divine Soul. There is indeed a barrier here. Moreover, it is very formidable. I cannot use Mysterious Penetration Divine ability to enter. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Xiao Yuanmei. I will try using spatial power to see whether or not I can pass through. Xiao Yuanmei said. After Xiao Yuanmei tried, she can put her hand in and asked, Should we directly go in? Qin Yun shook his head without understanding the situation inside. If they directly go in, they won't have enough time to deal with any danger. He took out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. It is a very strong defensive magic tool. Then he took out a half immortal shield and handed it over to Xiao Yuanmei. All right, we will go in now. Qin Yun nodded at Xiao Yuanmei. Xiao Yuanmei used her spatial power to coordinate with Mysterious Penetration Divine ability and brought Qin Yun through the barrier. Inside the barrier is a huge space filled with white light. After entering, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are very amazed. They can see the evil god altar. In the middle of this spacious white space, there's a 3-layer tall evil god altar. It is full of cracks. It looks like it will break into pieces at any time. The pure black evil god altar is very dazzling in this white space. What kind of place is this? Qin Yun looked all around and is very suspicious. There is only a broken altar here. There is nothing else. Xiao Yuanmei wanted to walk around, but Qin Yun pulled her back. Qin Yun let Long Tianji come out and let out those small spiders. Dozens of small spiders are crawling inside this spacious space. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are also looking at those small spiders. Suddenly, a small spider's body exploded with a muffled sound. What's going on? Xiao Yuanmei yelled in shock. Bang, bang, bang. Other small spiders also exploded one after another. Qin Yun looked at Long Tianji. She's shaking her head. She doesn't know what is going on. There are many traps here. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye, but found nothing. He can only let Long Tianji go back. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei can only stay at the edge. They don't dare to go to the center. They don't know what caused those small spiders to explode. The secret that can increase people's perception in the Holy Lake must be hidden here. Qin Yun took out the golden large devil horn. Evil God, we have found your broken altar, but we can't go there. Xiao Yuanmei yelled. So fast. What is the situation on your side? Evil God asked. Qin Yun narrated the existence of this mysterious space to Evil God. This holy lake is very mysterious. Now, listening to you, this space must have been created by someone else. The secret that can increase people's perception must have been created by someone else. Evil God said, Who created it? Who has this kind of power? Qin Yun is very curious. Ancient Domain can be said to be a very important place in the next great assembly. There are many people here, and it can't be destroyed. I guess is another god's altar. As for which god, I don't know. How about this? You take the devil horn and go there, protect yourselves as much as possible. Evil God said, Is this devil horn really useful? Xiao Yuanmei is somewhat worried. Of course it is useful. This is God Altar Origin Crystal. Moreover, it is the strongest kind. Evil God said with smile. Qin Yun nodded to Xiao Yuanmei. Then the two of them carefully walked towards the black-colored Evil God altar. What caused them to be surprised is that they did not encounter any attacks on the way. They very smoothly approached the Evil God altar. The Evil God altar is more than 100 meters wide. Compared to the Dragon God altar, it is very small. Although it is 3 layers tall, it is full of cracks. Nobody knows how to repair it. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei arrived on top of the Evil God altar and felt a lot safer. Qin Yun placed the devil horn on top of the Evil God altar. Evil God said, After Qin Yun placed the devil horn on the altar, it immediately flickered with intense golden light that enveloped the entire Evil God altar. Ka ka ka. The Evil God altar suddenly began to emit sound. The cracks on the altar began to quickly close up. My altar is about to be repaired. Ha ha ha. Evil God laughed heartily and transmitted through the devil horn. The Evil God altar has been repaired very quickly, but the devil horn is still releasing golden light. Moreover, the light is becoming more and more intense. Evil God, the devil horn is still shining. Are you controlling it? Qin Yun asked. What? It is still shining? This is impossible. I am not controlling the devil horn. Is the light very strong? Evil God yelled in alarm. Very strong. It can almost illuminate the entire white space. Xiao Yuanmei yelled. Evil God cursed in low voice. Not good. The devil horn is a god altar origin crystal. There must be a severely damaged altar here that is absorbing the energy of the god altar origin crystal. Xiao Yuanmei yelled in alarm. The altar is moving. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei immediately floated up. The black-colored evil god altar under their feet is becoming smaller and smaller. It is now as big as a table. Evil God, your altar has become smaller. It is now as small as a table. Qin Yun hastily yelled at the devil horn. The large golden demonic horn floated in the air and spun continuously, releasing bursts of golden light. What the hell? What kind of damn place is this? Qin Yun, evil god, yelled loudly. Evil god. Evil god. Qin Yun can no longer hear evil god's voice and promptly yelled. Xiao Yueme cursed in low voice. Don't tell me that evil god abandoned us? Don't tell me that he doesn't want to give us anything? Qin Yun shook his head and said, It shouldn't be. This guy has been sealed and needs our help to escape. But we have a very powerful god altar origin crystal in our hands. It is impossible for him to abandon us. He looked all around and said again, There must be some kind of energy here that is isolating us from evil god. That's right. An old voice suddenly rang out from the white space. Qin Yun immediately became vigilant. He grabbed Xiao Yueme's lily-white hand and heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and yelled, Who are you? I am not a person. The aged voice said with laugh. Then what ghost are you? Quickly show yourself. Don't play tricks. Xiao Yueme yelled. I'm not a ghost, nor am I a god. The voice came out again and said with a smile, I am stronger than gods and ghosts. No matter how strong gods, ghosts, or evil devils are, they are nothing but ants in front of me. Bullshit, Xiao Yueme said in low voice. Senior, we have no intention to offend you. We only came here to take away the evil god altar. We have disturbed you. Please forgive us. Qin Yun stored away the evil god altar and said, Evil god is ranked 99th in Divine Desolate's god ranking. You have nether sun. You also have sacred veins inside your body. You are selling your life for evil god. It is truly a grievance. The aged voice said with sigh. Chapter 1142. Chapter 1142. Heavenly Tao Divine Rune, the aged voice said with laugh. I am also a god. Moreover, I am much stronger than that evil god. If you too become my divine servants, you will surely obtain even more benefits. Xiao Yueme and Qin Yun looked at each other. They both feel that there is something wrong with this old man's words. Senior, we are not evil god's divine servants. We are just his partners. Qin Yun explained. Ha ha ha. The aged voice laughed heartily. You're just cooperating with him? In other words, when he asks you to do something, you could discuss conditions with him? Indeed, Qin Yun replied. You are really stupid. If you're not his divine servants, why would he give you the best resources? The voice laughed again. You too, be honest and become my divine servants. I will give you even more generous rewards. Xiao Yueme asked, What kind of god are you? We don't know anything about you. Little girl, I have the same ability as God. I don't have a rank on the god list, but my ability is much stronger than evil gods. And I also need loyal and formidable divine servants. So long as you're willing to work for me, I can guarantee that you will dominate ancient domain. The aged voice is filled with arrogance. Dominate ancient domain? I'm not interested. I want to go to Immortal Desolate. Qin Yun said. Why do you want to go to Immortal Desolate? If you stay in ancient domain, you will be able to obtain formidable power and live forever. You will be able to dominate ancient domain forever. You are truly stupid, the voice said with sneer. Qin Yun knows that there are some gods who do not allow their divine servants to break through. They only hope that their divine servants can dominate a certain place forever. For example, Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor. They obtained the help of gods and became overlords of a region step by step. This way, they can offer even more sacrifices. If they go to Sacred Desolate, they will have to start all over again, and those gods will nurture them in vain. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme are very clear about the relationship between gods and divine servants. They are more inclined to cooperate with evil god because it is very free, and they can also obtain resources from Divine Desolate. Although evil god is a bottom feeder, both Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme feel that this is also very good. As long as evil god can provide them with enough resources to trade, they will be able to cooperate for a long time. Qin Yun said with smile. Senior, I don't want to be a sixth tribulation, half immortal my entire life. The aged voice laughed loudly. The laughter is filled with ridicule. Youngsters, do you think that after crossing the seventh half, immortal tribulation, and going to the immortal desolate, it will be very smooth? How naive! If you go to the immortal desolate, you won't even know how you died. It's better to stay in the ancient domain and become the strongest existence. You guys are too stupid. Xiao Yuanmei is very unhappy. She has her past life's memories. Moreover, after going to Immortal Desolate, she can go to Guanghan Palace to cultivate. She doesn't need to worry about anything. The Immortal Desolate will be destroyed sooner or later. When that time comes, where will you all go? Wouldn't he still have to wander in the sea of stars? You will stay in the ancient domain and become my divine servants. Every once in a while, kill some people and offer them to me as a sacrifice. I will provide you with divine power so that you can live forever and possess great power. When Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei heard that they will be sacrificed alive, they became even more unwilling. They didn't know who was speaking, but they knew that it was definitely not a good person. Senior, forget it. Qin Yun walked over to grab the large golden devil horn. Forget it? You don't want to? The aged voice suddenly became very cold. Of course we don't want to. Who wants to become your divine servant? We want to go to Immortal Desolate, then Sacred Desolate and Divine Desolate. Xiao Yuanmei coldly groaned and said, "Ha ha ha ha. You two idiots, do you know how precious an opportunity you have just lost? Even if you don't want to become my divine servant, it is not up to you to decide." Ha ha ha, the voice said with evil laugh. After Qin Yun grabbed the golden horn, he felt pain in his head and immediately let out a loud shout. "Brother, what's wrong?" Xiao Yuanmei is very worried. She hastily rushed over, but when she approached Qin Yun, she was blocked by a power. "Ha ha ha. Brat, you are mine. I want to completely control you," the aged voice said with evil laugh. "Old bastard, quickly release my brother." Xiao Yuanmei loudly cursed. "You two idiots, do you know who I am?" the voice said with sneer. "Aren't you curious why this holy lake can increase people's perception?" Qin Yun's body unceasingly trembled. He now feels as if his soul is being devoured. "Let me tell you, I am the heavenly Tao divine rune. I comprehended the heavenly Tao and became the divine rune. Moreover, I open up this space. I only lack the power of sacrifice to condense a divine body." "Ha!" The ancient voice laughed loudly. "You are all my divine servants." Qin Yun suddenly burst into laughter. "So you are a spirit condensed from divine rune? I am a soul refining inscription master. You should just obediently become my slave." "Arrogant brat. Wait until I subdue you. I will let you experience my divine might." Heavenly Tao divine rune said with sneer. Qin Yun is not the least bit afraid. His pain has also lessened by a lot. His nine-sun divine soul is secretly releasing power. The Nether Sun spirit hidden in the fourth pearl is also releasing power and permeating into the Nether Sun Ling Yun, or urge the Nether Sun to release devouring power. Qin Yun firmly held the large golden devil horn, followed the power that wants to devour him, and began devouring. The heavenly Tao divine rune was originally laughing sinisterly, but suddenly stopped laughing because he sensed that Qin Yun wants to devour him. Even though you have Nether Sun, with your current power, you are unable to devour me. Wishful thinking idiot. Heavenly Tao divine rune said with sneer. "You are the idiot," Qin Yun said with frown and sneer. The large golden devil horn suddenly trembled. Under Ling Yun, Er's control, Qin Yun's Nether Sun released even stronger devouring power. Xiao Yuanmei calmed down because she can see that Qin Yun can counterattack. Ling Yun said, "Xiao Yun, the Nether Sun spirit is releasing power to support us. We will surely be able to take down the heavenly Tao divine rune." "Little bastard, where did you get this special power?" Heavenly Tao divine rune loudly cursed. "What kind of power is that?" "That is your master's power." "Ha ha ha. Old fool, come in." Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, "Hoo hoo." Suddenly many golden runes appeared in the white space. These runes look like densely packed spider webs that converged from all direction. Layer after layer of golden runes rushed out and converged on Qin Yun's body. Are these heavenly Tao divine runes? Qin Yun is extremely shocked. Heavenly runes are already very complex to him. And now, the heavenly Tao divine rune is even more complex. It seems like there are more than 10,000 of these runes gathered together. After the heavenly Tao divine rune was devoured by the Nether Sun, it was stored inside the Nether Sun. That aged voice kept shouting. He really did not expect that Qin Yun would have this kind of power. More than an hour later, Qin Yun completely absorbed all the runes into the Nether Sun. This caused him to be extremely apprehensive. Heavenly Tao divine rune is extremely complex. The white space is still there. The evil god altar and the large golden devil horn have also stabilized. Qin Yun, what happened? Evil god asked. The space here is not very stable. It almost collapsed just now. Luckily, I managed to stabilize it in time. Well, that's right. Can your evil god altar become bigger or smaller? Qin Yun asked. This. It was not possible before, but now it is possible. It must be because my evil god altar has evolved by itself. Evil god said with smile. This is my awesome point. The evil god altar that I guided others to refine. Not only can it run, it can also evolve by itself. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei find this situation very funny. They all know that the reason why the evil god altar came here is because it is controlled by the heavenly Tao divine rune. The fact that it can become bigger or smaller means that it has been modified by the heavenly Tao divine rune. The reason why evil god cannot sense his altar is most likely controlled by the heavenly Tao divine rune. Qin Yun stored away the devil horn and evil god altar and said to Xiao Yuanmei, it seems like the heavenly Tao divine rune wants to seize the evil god altar. That bastard is truly awesome. A spirit of an inscription actually possesses such formidable power. Xiao Yuanmei looked at the space around them and said with sigh, he can actually create such a place. I have taken away the heavenly Tao divine rune. This place will be destroyed very soon. We should quickly leave. Qin Yun pulled Xiao Yuanmei's hand and asked her to bring them away. Xiao Yuanmei is very happy to see that Qin Yun is fine and even obtained the heavenly Tao divine rune. They left the bottom of the holy lake and arrived above the lake. They discovered that they still can't fly around the holy lake. This is clearly the special power released by the barrier below. The remnant power of the heavenly Tao divine rune at the bottom of the lake will not dissipate for a while. The holy lake should still be able to last for some time. Qin Yun flew above the lake using a special talisman. He looked at the pitch-black voice and sighed. After returning to the 9 condensation pagoda, Xiao Yuanmei took out her small mirror and looked at Qin Yun's nether sundae. There is no reaction. It seems like the heavenly Tao divine rune is too strong, and I can't record it. Xiao Yuanmei feels that it is a great pity. Even I don't dare to use the heavenly Tao divine rune at will. That old bastard's consciousness has not been erased. I will use the nether sun to erase his consciousness bit by bit, and then read his remnant memories. It should allow me to understand more about the heavenly Tao divine rune. Qin Yun sealed the heavenly Tao divine rune inside the nether sun with great difficulty. Now he doesn't dare to take it out to check. That is not an ordinary rune. It seems like runes born naturally are very dreadful. Xiao Yuanmei recalled what happened just now and felt some lingering fear. Qin Yun took out the small evil god altar and the dragon spirit Su Xiaoba killed. He said with smile, we can sacrifice the dragon spirit to evil god. I wonder if it will be enough for him to break free. Chapter 1143. Evil god breaks the seal. Xiao Yuanmei is standing at the side. Her beautiful eyes are flickering with light of expectation. She said with charming smile, I have heard about divine power cultivation in my past life. I always wanted to see it, but I never had the opportunity. I didn't expect that I would be able to use God power to cultivate even before I become an immortal. Qin Yun took out the devil horn, placed it on the altar, and said with smile, "Yuame, is divine power really that important?" Of course. Why were the devil and mortal great emperors so powerful? If we want to be as strong as them in the future, we have to cultivate divine power as early as possible, Xiao Yueme said. She was experienced and knowledgeable in her past life, but to her, divine power is an illusory and elusive thing that is hard to come into contact with. The large golden devil horn flickered as Xiao Yueme asked, "Evil God, we are prepared to sacrifice Dragon's spirit to you. I don't know if it is enough or not." Dragon's soul? Quickly give it a try. If it doesn't work, I'll go collect more evil souls. The evil god was suddenly very happy, because no one had ever sacrificed a dragon's soul to him. Qin Yun took out 3 soul-sealing pearls and placed them on the altar. He said, "What should I do?" "Those dragon souls are all inside the soul-sealing pearl." Evil god said, "Just release the dragon soul inside the soul-sealing pearl. The altar will absorb it." Qin Yun controlled the soul-sealing pearl and released the dragon's soul inside. Although the evil god altar had become very small, the speed at which it absorbed the dragon souls was very fast. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme watched as the 3 dragon souls entered the evil god altar. "Evil god, have you broken a seal?" Xiao Yueme impatiently asked. "I feel a very strong sacrificial power." The evil god laughed happily. "This feeling that I haven't felt for a long time, it's really nostalgic." "Evil god, quickly break the seal," Xiao Yueme urged. "The dragon spirit is indeed very strong, but it's not enough." Evil god said, "I should only need 1 more dragon spirit to succeed." "Evil god, I have many astral souls in my hands. Can I use them as a sacrifice?" Qin Yin suddenly recalled the star spirits Yu Shutian gave him. "Me too," Xiao Yueme also said. She was together with Yu Shutian before, so Yu Shutian gave her many gifts. "Astral souls are useless to me. If I were a star god, it wouldn't be a problem." The evil god sighed. "Is there really a star god in the divine desolate?" Xiao Yueme asked curiously. "Of course. Furthermore, he is very powerful. He is ranked 9th in the divine wilderness and is a high and mighty existence." The voice of the evil god was filled with jealousy and yearning. He let out a long sigh. "Even I have only seen it once from afar. The star god has many god servants, so there's no shortage of you." Xiao Yueme lightly groaned and said, "Evil god, are you really that close to breaking the seal? Don't lie to us." The evil god said, "Little girl, since we want to cooperate, we must trust each other. What would I gain from lying to you? You're the best partners I have met in all these years. Whether or not I can counterattack in the divine wilderness depends on you." "All right, then we will go get another dragon spirit." Xiao Yueme is somewhat disappointed and pouted. Qin Yun smiled and pinched her cute face. "We will be able to get a dragon soul very soon. Let's wait for Su Xiaoba to come back." Su Xiaoba hates the dragon race to the bone. Now he is out hunting lone dragons. "Evil god, the dragon god altar has been destroyed. What do you think is the situation of the dragon god now?" Qin Yun asked. "The dragon race should still have a dragon god altar, but it is rather weak. They should be able to communicate with the dragon god, but they won't be able to easily obtain divine power from the dragon god." Xiao Yueme patted the small evil god altar and said, "Evil god, what kind of concept is this 3-layer altar of yours? Let me say it like this. When I transfer divine power to you, I condense it into liquid form. I transferred 10 vats of divine liquid from the divine desolate, but because of various reasons, there are only 3 vats left. Moreover, it will take 7 years before I can transfer it again." Evil god's voice is filled with helplessness. Wouldn't it be a waste of 7 vats of divine liquid?" Xiao Yueme's expression is filled with heartache as she said, "Evil god, can't you transfer a bit more divine liquid at once? I also want to, but your altar is too weak. Moreover, divine desolate is very strict with me. I can only transfer 10 vats at a time." Evil god said, "There should be a space formation inside the altar, right? Is it used to receive things from divine desolate?" Qin Yun asked, "More or less." If you can create a 10-layer altar in the future, I will be able to transfer divine liquid to you once a year. Moreover, the consumption will be very low. 10 vats of divine liquid. You will have at least 9 vats of divine liquid left. Apart from this, I can also transfer divine iron powder to you and use it to refine tools. Hee. Evil God said with smile. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are very excited. They know that Evil God is giving them a boost of adrenaline and making them look forward to the future. Su Xiaoba still hasn't returned, but Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are somewhat impatient. The amount of divine power Qin Yun obtained from Evil God is very little. If Evil God breaks the seal, he will transfer a lot of divine liquid to Xiao Yuanmei and Qin Yun. Once the two of them cultivate together, they will be able to share the divine liquid. We won't wait for Su Xiaoba. Qin Yun stored away the devil horn and the altar and took out a large beast skin. Brother, if we don't wait for Su Xiaoba, what are you going to do? We can't just kill people and sacrifice them, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. We will wait for that guy. Relax, no matter what, I won't randomly kill people and sacrifice them. Qin Yun took out the mental resonance king pen and said with smile, I will now set up a formation to specially absorb those evil spirits. That is a good idea. Do you need my help? Xiao Yuanmei asked. No need, I could do it myself. Qin Yun immediately began carving runes on the beast's skin. So long as this formation is finished, we will be able to absorb many evil spirits, right? Where are the evil spirits? Xiao Yuanmei asked. There are many ghost beasts and the like in ancient domain. They are often killed and their souls wander everywhere. We only need to collect these evil spirits. Qin Yun said, I am in a rush to help Evil God break the seal, so I will temporarily refine a simple formation. Later, when I have time, I will refine a soul-suppressing pagoda to absorb evil spirits. Also refine one for me. I also want to help Evil God, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. All right, Qin Yun nodded. Very soon, Qin Yun finished carving runes. He placed it on the top of the 9 condensation pagoda and said with smile, this beast skin formation can directly absorb energy from the 9 condensation pagoda to activate. I will give it a try and see if there are any evil spirits in the vicinity. If there are only a few evil spirits, they won't be able to be seen. Only when a large number of evil spirits gather together can they turn into black gas. After activating the formation, Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye to look all around. Very soon, some evil spirits flew over. Qin Yun hastily took out a very large soul-sealing pearl and placed it at the center of the beast skin formation. After the evil spirits approached the beast skin formation, they were sucked into the soul-sealing pearl. The soul-sealing pearl is transparent. The more evil spirits it absorbs, the darker it becomes. Qin Yun said with frown, there are many evil spirits in this holy lake. What is going on here? Xiao Yuanmei curled her lips and said, it must be that heavenly Tao divine rune. Moreover, the dragon god altar is nearby. Those dragon race bastards must have killed many people in the great ancient college. There are many battle arenas in the great ancient college, and many experts have died there over the years. These evil spirits have been roaming around the college, and now they have been attracted by Qin Yun's soul-gathering great formation. Very good. Qin Yun looked at the soul-sealing pearl and said with smile, let's not run around. We can absorb many evil spirits here. A large number of evil spirits rushed into the soul-sealing pearl, causing it to turn pitch black very quickly. Is it enough? Xiao Yuanmei asked. Let's wait a bit more. There are many evil spirits in the vicinity. Let's absorb them first. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye to look at the evil spirits all around. From the shape of these evil spirits, he can see that many of them used to be beasts when they were alive. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei stayed at the top of the 9 condensation pagoda for more than half a day. The soul-sealing pearl has become very black and is also emitting evil aura. These evil spirits must be very delicious to Evil God. Xiao Yuanmei ate a fruit and said with charming smile, The evil spirits inside should be the same as a dragon spirit. Qin Yun is also very excited. He carefully picked up the soul-sealing pearl and placed a new one in the middle of the soul-gathering great formation. He and Xiao Yuanmei arrived at the 7th floor and took out the altar and devil horn. Evil God, we don't have dragon spirit this time, but we have many evil spirits. Qin Yun said with a smile. It should be the same for you. It's fine. After all, it is not easy to kill a dragon. It is very difficult to kill them. Evil God said. Qin Yun placed the large soul-sealing pearl on the altar and released the evil soul inside. Hoo-hoo-hoo! After the evil souls were released, they howled and struggled to fly out of the evil god altar. However, they didn't succeed and were all sucked away by the evil god altar. Very good. Very good. Evil God laughed loudly and said, I will be able to come out very soon. Xiao Yuanmei ate a dazzling golden fruit and said with sweet smile, Brother, we will be able to enjoy the divine liquid very soon. The evil god altar very quickly devoured all the evil spirits and transferred the energy to the evil gods. The energy absorbed by the gods is not soul power. Rather, it is the power that returns to nature after the evil spirits are killed. This kind of power is very special. It can only be transformed by the evil spirits. It is something that the gods need very much. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are not clear about the subtleties of this power. They only know that the gods need to absorb this power to become stronger. The evil god altar suddenly trembled and overflowed with golden light. Chapter 1144. Divine Liquid. Chapter 1144. Divine Liquid. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei were worried that evil God would trick them by pretending that he did not break the seal and force them to continue offering sacrifices. Now they are completely relieved. Evil God, will you be sealed again after breaking the seal? Xiao Yuanmei asked. As long as I don't make any mistakes, I will be fine. Evil God said with a smile. I was originally allowed to break the seal. Xiao Yuanmei rubbed her hands and yelled excitedly. Then can you transfer divine power to us now? Take out some containers to store the divine liquid. Divine liquid will come out from the altar. Use your mental power to pour it into the containers. Evil God yelled. Qin Yun took out a few jade vats and said with a smile, Let's begin. All right. Evil God responded. The devil horn suddenly floated in the air and released a burst of golden light that penetrated into the altar and activated the teleportation formation. After the formation was activated, a golden fountain suddenly sprayed out from the center of the evil god altar. It's coming out, quickly catch it. Xiao Yuanmei very excitedly yelled. Qin Yun promptly used his mental power to pour the golden liquid into the jade vats. His heart is also beating very fast in excitement. The amount of divine power Qin Yun obtained from the devil horn is simply too little compared to the amount of divine liquid he is using now. Very soon, he filled 3 vats with divine liquid. Qin Yun, little girl, this divine liquid is not water. You must be very careful when using it. It contains very formidable energy. It is enough for you to use for 7 years. The evil god said, In these 7 years, I will often contact you. I will help you build a better altar. The evil god said, Now, you should believe me, right? Evil god, the altar is very bad. Does it mean that when we sacrifice to you, you will receive very little energy? Xiao Yuanmei asked. Indeed. Therefore, this is a great loss for us. Don't sacrifice for the next 7 years. Wait until the altar is upgraded to the next level. It will be very beneficial for us. All right, I just broke the seal. I'll go find some friends and ask them about the 18-layer altar. That bastard dragon god is truly too excessive. Evil God said. Evil God, what about soul cultivation? Asked Qin Yun. Don't worry about that. Use the divine liquid to cultivate first. Familiarize your body and soul with this energy first. Evil God said with a smile, With your current level, it is not that easy to refine divine liquid. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei don't believe it. They want to test it immediately. He stored the devil horn and altar. then said to Xiao Yuanmei with smile. Let's begin. I will try. Xiao Yuanmei extended her finger and placed it in the jade vat. Ah! Xiao Yuanmei immediately screamed and quickly pulled back her hand. She saw that the flesh on her finger is gone. Only a piece of bone remains. Are you all right? Qin Yin was alarmed as he rushed over. It hurts. Xiao Yuanmei bitterly looked at the divine liquid and said, This jade vat is fine, but when I put my finger in it, it became like this. This divine liquid is truly awesome. Qin Yin exclaimed in admiration. Xiao Yuanmei also used her power to repair her finger. Qin Yin now knows that he can't casually touch these divine liquids. Yuanmei, I will give you a vat, Qin Yin said. Just give me a small bottle. Xiao Yuanmei blew on her finger and said with smile, It's fine now. Her recovery speed caused Qin Yin to feel amazed. Qin Yin took out a jade bottle and used his mental power to absorb the divine liquid. Is one bottle enough? Qin Yin asked. It will be enough for me for a very long time. It seems like we can only absorb it drop by drop, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. Qin Yin nodded. This divine power is indeed very hard to absorb. Ling Yuner suddenly said, Don't let Yang Yang find out about this divine liquid. Just add a few drops to the dragon meat from time to time. That little thing might eat it. Qin Yin took out another jade bottle and handed it over to Yao Fong. Sister Yao Fong, this is the reward evil god gave me. It is divine liquid, Qin Yin said with smile. Yao Fong, who is inside the nine-sun divine spirit, is very shocked after receiving the small bottle. This is good stuff. Cultivating the nine-sun world annihilation scripture also requires these things. The devil immortal great emperor often used this divine liquid to cultivate. Sister Yao Fong, which god does the devil immortal great emperor follow? Qin Yun is suddenly very curious. Dragon god, Yao Fong said. Qin Yun is secretly astonished. The devil immortal great emperor is actually a follower of the dragon god. What about the immortal desolate great emperor? Qin Yun asked again. Immortal emperor and fire god. Yao Fong can read devil immortal great emperor's memory, so she knows a few things about immortal emperor. Qin Yun filled another bottle. He wants to give some to the netherworld great emperor. Yuanmei, have you thought about how to adapt to this divine liquid? Qin Yun asked. I've thought it through. I will go to the 6th floor and use the immortal energy inside to condense immortal liquid. Then I will add a drop of divine liquid to dilute it and use it to soak in my bath, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. I have heard of this method in Immortal Desolate, so it's like that. Qin Yin also wanted to give it a try. Xiao Yuanmei is inside the 9 condensation pagoda. She wants to test the divine liquid. Qin Yun left for the Nether Sun Star through the Dark Institute's teleportation formation to find Netherworld Great Emperor. Netherworld Great Emperor has been giving pointers to his disciples, so he is very busy. But after hearing that Qin Yun wants to see him, he immediately rushed over. Qin Yun is waiting inside Netherworld Great Emperor's secret room. After seeing Netherworld Great Emperor arrive, he said with smile, Foster father, I have something to give you. Netherworld Great Emperor took the bottle and said with smile, Don't tell me first. Let me guess what is inside. You guess. Qin Yun said with smile, It must be good wine. Netherworld Great Emperor thought for a bit and said with smile, Back in Immortal Desolate, I was very fond of drinking wine. You swindled an immortal king's holy wine to celebrate my birthday. Then he chased you for hundreds of years. Qin Yun shook his head and said with smile, It is not wine. Oh, then what is it? Netherworld Great Emperor hastily opened the bottle and saw golden light shoot out. He cried out in alarm and said, It is divine liquid. Evil God gave it to me. Qin Yun said with smile, Xiao Fuyun, this divine liquid is very good, but don't kill innocent people to obtain more divine liquid. Netherworld Great Emperor warned. I know. Qin Yun nodded. This small bottle of divine liquid is enough for me to use for several years. Netherworld Great Emperor is very happy. Foster father, I have more. Qin Yun feels that Netherworld Great Emperor is very good to him and wants to give him more. I don't want too much. You can keep it for yourself. Compared to your previous life, you have much more potential in this life, and I also have my own things to do. Netherworld Great Emperor patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with smile, "You are so young, yet you already obtained divine liquid. Your starting speed is very fast. Foster father, I can introduce Evil God to you," Qin Yun said with smile. "No need, I have my own path to walk." Netherworld Great Emperor chuckled and said, "You brat, you are becoming more and more caring. Oh, that's right. I heard that your wives are with Xianx. I will let them enter the Holy Land to cultivate. They are not my wives, they are my friends." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "Xiao Fuyun, when it's time to fight against the dragon race, you must come take a look. Rest assured, I won't let you take action. My nether sex disciples are enough to deal with them." Netherworld Great Emperor very confidently said, "I have a student called Su Xiaoba. He has world extermination spirit. I can arrange for him to come here." Qin Yun said, "That's fine." Netherworld Great Emperor nodded. Soon after, Qin Yun brought up Xie Wufeng's matter. Netherworld Great Emperor said with frown, "Xiao Yun, your boss Xie is very outstanding. I have seen his sword technique. I think he obtained a saint's inheritance. He must have had a fortuitous encounter and obtained the inheritance of a sacred desolate expert. That's good. Qin Yun has already thought of this possibility. I will put him in an important position in the future." Netherworld Great Emperor said, "Foster father, I have obtained the Nether Sun Spirit. I will return to transcending Xianxi region very soon. I will enter Immortal Desolate through transcending Xianxi region's Immortal Gate." Qin Yun said, "Xiao Fuyun, I'm very clear about your ability. Although this matter is very difficult to accomplish, I believe that you will succeed." Netherworld Great Emperor said with smile, "You are in such a hurry to go to Immortal Desolate. It must be because of those fragmented memories, right?" Qin Yun is very touched in his heart because Netherworld Great Emperor has been very good to him. "Foster father, I will leave my friends in your care from now on," Qin Yun said with smile. "I know. I will make them stronger, and later they will go to Immortal Desolate to help you." Netherworld Great Emperor knows that Qin Yun has many enemies in Immortal Desolate. Qin Yun didn't disturb Netherworld Great Emperor's disciple training and hastily returned to the floating island. Su Xiaoba also returned at this time. He killed another dragon. Qin Yun told Xian Xian to bring Su Xiaoba to the Nether Sunstar to meet Netherworld Great Emperor. At the 7th floor of 9 Condensation Pagoda, Xiao Yueme is soaking in a large white jade basin. "Just a drop of divine liquid is making my whole body feel unbearable pain," Xiao Yueme said with frown as she endured the pain. "Brother, do you want to come down and soak with me? A drop of divine liquid is not enough for me." Qin Yun pinched Xiao Yueme's pained face and said with smile, "You are so weak." Xiao Yueme mumbled, "Don't look down on me. I will become very strong very soon." Qin Yun arrived at a corner, took out a small bottle of divine liquid, and poured a drop of divine liquid into a piece of dragon meat. This is the meat of an immortal dragon. It was not immediately destroyed by the divine liquid. Instead, it is being absorbed very well. Qin Yun took out some seasonings, then used beast oil to create a flame and began roasting the immortal dragon meat. Xiao Yueme smelled the fragrance of roasted meat and said with hidden bitterness, "Brother, you are so dishonest. I am in so much pain, yet you are roasting meat. I also want to eat it. Wait until you absorb that drop of divine liquid." I put 2 drops of divine liquid into my roasted dragon meat. Do you really want to eat it? Qin Yun said with smile. No way. Xiao Yuenmei can only give up and continue sitting in the bathtub, enduring the pain. Qin Yun feels that roasting meat is too slow, so he let out Yang Yang. Yang Yang, you are growing very fast. You have become so big. Qin Yun caressed 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow's beautiful feathers. G. Yang Yang let out a few cries, then picked up the dragon meat and swallowed it in a short while. Fuck, it is not cooked yet. Qinyan cursed in low voice. Chapter 1145. To create souls and destroy the world Xiao, Yueme saw Yang Yang happily flying around and felt very depressed in her heart. The divine liquid she is soaking in has been diluted with many immortal liquids, but it still caused her to feel pain all over her body. Yang Yang, on the other hand, was completely fine after eating the dragon meat dripping with 2 drops of divine liquid. This little thing's constitution is very good. Xiao Yueme lightly sighed, then closed her eyes and continued to boil. Qinyan spent a great deal of effort to capture Yang Yang and put her into the first pearl of 9-sun divine soul. Yang Yang is a 9th heaven Xian sparrow, a divine beast. She will drink divine liquid like water. Qinyan doesn't dare to let Yang Yang know that he has divine liquid. He can only take out another piece of dragon meat, drip 2 drops of divine liquid on it, and roast it himself. Xiao Yueme feels very uncomfortable in her heart. Not only is she suffering from pain, she is also drooling because of the fragrant roasted dragon meat. She wants to eat the dragon meat very much, but she is afraid that she will suffer even more pain after eating it. Brother, you are so evil. You know that I like to eat the most, yet you make me want to eat something that I don't dare to eat. Xiao Yueme looked at Qin Yin roasting the dragon meat and gulped down her saliva. Qin Yin said with smile, Yueme, do you want me to cut a piece for you? I won't eat it. I am in so much pain now. If I eat it, it will be even more painful. Xiao Yueme yelled. Qin Yin cannot help but burst into laughter seeing Xiao Yueme's expression, causing Xiao Yueme to roll her eyes at him. After more than an hour, Qin Yin said with smile, It seems like I can eat it now. I will have a taste. Xiao Yueme licked her lips and looked at Qin Yin from far away. Qin Yin cut a small piece, put it into his mouth, and began chewing it. He is full of praise. Brother, is your stomach hurting? Xiao Yueme asked. Not for the time being. Qin Yin laughed and began eating the juicy roasted dragon meat in big mouthfuls. Xiao Yueme is feeling very greedy. She wants nothing more than to grab it and take a few bites. She can only gulp down her saliva and curse Qin Yin in her heart. Qin Yin finished eating very quickly and said with smile, Very good, very good. Yang Yang always eats it raw. It is truly wasteful. Brother, is your stomach not hurting? Xiao Yueme asked. Why do you want me to have a stomachache so much? Qin Yin could not help but laugh. That divine liquid is so dreadful. If you eat it like this, you will surely have stomachache. Xiao Yueme looked at Qin Yin with expression filled with expectation. If Qin Yin had a stomachache, she would feel much better. Qin Yin closed his eyes and sensed the divine power released by the divine liquid. Although there are only 2 drops, they contain a lot of divine power. He will need some time to refine them. Fortunately, he has the nether sun, so he can easily absorb the energy within the divine liquid. Even so, it won't be easy for him to completely refine the 2 drops of divine liquid. Brother, don't pretend. I know your stomach must be in pain. Xiao Yueme said. I'm not pretending. I'm really fine. Maybe it's because I've absorbed the divine power from the evil god before, so I'm already used to it. Ha ha. Qin Yin laughed loudly. This is too unfair. I also want to eat. Quickly roast one for me to try. Xiao Yueme finally could not bear it anymore. She wants to eat, even if it hurts her death. Qin Yin took out a wooden puppet and ordered it to roast the dragon meat. If Yang Yang roasted the dragon meat, it would be done very quickly, but it would also enter her stomach very quickly. Xiao Yueme kept swallowing her saliva as she looked at the fragrant dragon meat. Qin Yin is refining the divine liquid on the side. There is only 1 drop of divine liquid inside the roasted dragon meat. Qin Yin is worried that Xiao Yueme won't be able to endure it, so he didn't put too much divine liquid inside. Xiao Yueme is still bathing. She is lying on the side of the bathtub and looking at the roasted dragon meat. It's done. Qin Yin controlled the puppet to hand over the dragon meat to Xiao Yueme. Your puppet is pretty good. It actually did not burn itself. Xiao Yueme very impatiently took the meat and cut off a small piece. She summoned her courage and said, "If it hurts, then let it hurt. It's fine as long as it tastes good." After eating, she is also waiting for the stabbing pain. After a while, she said with frown, "It really doesn't hurt. What is going on? Could it be that mixing the divine liquid with the dragon meat is the correct way to use it?" After confirming this, she became very happy. She began eating the dragon meat in big mouthfuls. While sighing in admiration, she also cursed, "Those bastards from Immortal Desolate, they only know how to spread rumors all day long. They say that they want to dilute the divine liquid with immortal liquid. This old lady is dying of pain." "Then come out now," Qin Yun said with smile. "I won't come out. That drop of divine liquid is very precious. I can't waste it." Xiao Yuanmei continued bathing. Although she is complaining non-stop, she can still endure hardships. Drop the divine liquid on the immortal dragon meat. Immortal dragon meat contains very strong immortal power. Moreover, it can quickly absorb the divine liquid. After being refined by flame, the dragon meat will absorb the divine liquid even faster, so eating it won't hurt at all. Qin Yun said with smile. "You should have told me earlier." Xiao Yuanmei sighed. "Yuanmei, don't you have seen your sister Ye's mysterious fusion heavenly rune martial spirit? Try using this martial spirit and see whether or not you can quickly absorb the divine liquid." Qin Yun suddenly recalled that strange heavenly rune. After hearing Qin Yun's words, Xiao Yuanmei immediately tried. Her body overflowed with a burst of red energy mist. There are very fine heavenly runes flowing within the red energy mist. The golden white liquid inside the bathtub also started fusing with the red energy mist. "It's effective!" Xiao Yuanmei yelled in pleasant surprise. "My absorption speed of divine liquid has increased by a lot. Although it is still very painful, it is better to just get it over with." Qin Yun suddenly feels that divine liquid has a very great use. He took out a bowl of king-grade beast oil and dripped a drop into it. Then he took out Gemini treasure mirror and activated the mysterious fusion heavenly rune recorded inside, causing it to shine with red light. The king-grade beast oil quickly fused with the divine liquid and turned into a very thick golden liquid. Moreover, it is also very viscous. "Brother, what will happen to this beast oil?" Xiao Yuanmei opened her eyes wide and curiously asked. "I don't know." Qin Yun took out a furnace. This furnace is a Dao tool. He placed a bowl of beast oil inside and ignited it. Ho! The flame inside the furnace is fiercely leaping up and down, releasing a scalding heat wave. Too awesome. Qin Yun moved to the side and used his formidable mental power to suppress the flame inside. He is worried that the furnace won't be able to endure if it continues to burn. Finally, he took out the heavenly lion-dragon suppressing cauldron, threw the furnace inside, and closed the lid. The flame inside the heavenly lion-dragon suppressing cauldron is very fierce. Qin Yun touched the surface of the cauldron and felt that it is very scalding. Xiao Yuanmei is dripping with fragrant sweat because of the heat. Wouldn't it be very awesome if it is used to refine cannonballs? Xiao Yuanmei yelled. "Indeed, but it is also very dangerous. If I can't control it, it will explode inside the cannon, and I will also be injured." Qin Yun shook his head. "With my current strength, I still can't control it very well. Let's not waste divine liquid. Using it for cultivation is the correct way." Qin Yun feels that the amount of divine liquid in his hand is not very much. Moreover, he will have to wait 7 years before he can obtain more. His top priority now is to use divine liquid to strengthen his body. Ling Yuner said, "Xiao Yun, if your body becomes stronger, Nether Sun will be able to release even stronger power. When you cross tribulation, you will be even safer." Qin Yun also feels the same way. 2 days passed by, and Xiao Yuanmei finally finished absorbing the drop of divine liquid. There is still a bit left. "It feels very good. It will be very helpful in strengthening my body," Xiao Yuanmei said. "Yuanmei, I want to refine a world extermination spirit," Qin Yun said. "Su Xiaoba's world extermination spirit?" Xiao Yuanmei's expression is somewhat grave as she said, "World extermination spirit is not an ordinary spirit body. If it is refined, it will draw down heavenly tribulation. I know, but there is a place where we can avoid heavenly tribulation. Qin Yin said with smile. Xiao Yuanmei immediately thought of that place. It is the space under the holy lake. The heavenly Tao divine rune used to open up that space has already been taken away by Qin Yin. Although that space does not have the energy of the heavenly Tao divine rune, it still has a formation that can absorb energy to maintain itself. It will be very stable for a short period of time. All right, let's go down and refine it. I also want to take this opportunity to refine some spirit bodies. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. Yuanmei, do you think we can duplicate a dragon spirit? We can use star spirits to transform them. Qin Yin suddenly had a strange idea. If they succeed, they can refine them in sacrificial offerings for evil god. I don't know. It shouldn't be possible. Souls and other spirit bodies are not the same. Xiao Yuanmei shook her head. I can't duplicate those souls. At least not now. Not now? Then maybe later? Qin Yin asked in amazement. If Xiao Yuanmei can duplicate other people's soul, she will be able to pry into other people's secrets. I almost succeeded in my past life. Xiao Yuanmei nodded. Qin Yin and Xiao Yuanmei once again quietly entered the space under the holy lake. Xiao Yuanmei's spirit body this time is much easier than before. Because her mirror has Gemini heavenly rune, she only needs to absorb a great amount of blood spirit power and star spirit power. Qin Yin is responsible for pouring in blood spirit power and star spirit power into the mirror. Xiao Yuanmei is also pouring in her own energy. Not long after, the outline of world extermination spirit appeared on the surface of Xiao Yuanmei's mirror. It is a golden white spirit body. Moreover, it is very irritable. It is constantly scurrying around. This world extermination spirit is the same as Su Xiaoba. It looks like a monkey. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. It is not easy to condense world extermination spirit. It took 3 star spirits to succeed. Several cracks have appeared on the surface of Xiao Yuanmei's mirror, but she can quickly repair them. Qin Yin handed over the world extermination spirit to Yao Fong so that she can fuse with it and comprehend 9 Sun world extermination scripture better. If Yao Fong can master it, Qin Yin will be able to use her learning method as reference. Qin Yin and Xiao Yuanmei are resting inside the mysterious space when they suddenly sensed a burst of trembling. What's going on? Is this space collapsing? Qin Yin is very apprehensive. It shouldn't be. This space is very stable. There must be some formidable power attacking this space. Xiao Yuanmei shook her head. Her expression is filled with doubt. Could it be that the heavenly tribulation is being attracted by our world extermination spirit? Qin Yin is very alarmed. Chapter 1146. Heavenly Tribulation. Chapter 1146. Heavenly Tribulation. Qin Yin doesn't want to face the heavenly tribulation, but he feels very uneasy inside this space. He looked all around and sensed the slight trembling. He said with great worry, Yuanmei, if this space collapses, won't it be very troublesome for us? It should be able to hold on. If we go out, we will have to face the heavenly tribulation. Who knows how powerful the world extermination spirit will be? Xiao Yuanmei is also very worried. She is even more confident that this space will be able to hold on. The sky above the holy lake is filled with dense black clouds. All the people on the shore are floating in the sky. All the demon beasts inside the holy lake have also transformed into human form and returned to the shore. Many experts are now staying far away from the center of the holy lake. Xian Xan cursed in low voice. Which bastard dares to go through tribulation inside the holy lake? She controlled the floating island to fly away from the holy lake and hover above the shore. Xue Juming looked at the thunder and lightning falling from the sky and said with doubtful expression, "This kind of tribulation power is not common. It doesn't look like ordinary half-immortal tribulation." Xue Wu cursed. "Grandpa, can't you find the guy who is going through tribulation? It must be those bastards from the Demon Beast Alliance. Those bastards have been occupying the bottom of the holy lake all day long. Last time I bought a pet beast, it went to the bottom of the holy lake and never came back. It must have been eaten by those demon beast alliance. Many people are watching now. If someone really manages to go through tribulation, they will be discovered. Xue Jiuming said, "What is going on with our great ancient college? We have gone through so many tribulations." Xue Wu said with sigh, "Boom, boom, boom. The tribulation thunder is filled with very strong destruction power. After it landed on the holy lake, it gave rise to huge waves that overflowed the sky. All the teachers on the shore joined hands to block the waves so that the buildings on the shore won't be submerged." Xue Jiuming and Xian Xian are extremely apprehensive looking at the tribulation thunder. They are both sixth half-immortals, so they can confirm that the tribulation power that is appearing now is about the same as the sixth half-immortal tribulation they faced. Suddenly, an old man flew over angrily. This old man is wearing battle armor. He is holding a large dragon-carved sword. He furiously said to Xian Xian, "Nether sect, this is all your fault. This is Su Xiaoba going through tribulation." That old man was one of the dragon clan's older generations. "Old smelly bug, don't slander me. Which dog eyes of yours saw Su Xiaoba go through tribulation? Su Xiaoba is in my nether sect, but he is also on the nether sun star," Xian Xian furiously said. The old man said with sneer, "The tribulation power that has appeared is filled with destructive aura. It is very clear that it was attracted by the world extermination spirit inside Su Xiaoba's body. The tribulation power that Su Xiaoba attracted during his half-immortal tribulation was about the same. Su Xiaoba just passed his second tribulation. How can he pass his third tribulation so quickly?" Xue Jiuming's expression is cold, and his voice is filled with anger. "Then call Su Xiaoba out," that old man said in cold voice. Xian Xian took out a sound transmission treasure and sent a message to the nether sun star. Very quickly, she received a reply that Su Xiaoba was on the nether sun star. Not long after, Yu Yongdai and Su Xiaoba arrived at the great ancient college through the teleportation formation. Seeing Su Xiaoba arrive, that dragon race old man became speechless and immediately ran away. He is worried that Xue Jiuming will beat him up. Their dragon race is very familiar with Su Xiaoba's world extermination spirit. This is also the reason why they are willing to hand over the Calamity Dragon Totem Martial Spirit to Su Xiaoba. If Su Xiaoba is not going through tribulation, then who is? After Su Xiaoba found out about the situation, he immediately realized that it is Qin Yun who is doing this, but he did not say anything. Xian Xian and Yu Yongdai also know that Qin Yun is still alive. They also suspect that it is this little brother of theirs who is torturing something. This kind of powerful heavenly tribulation directly attacking the Holy Lake is indeed very astonishing. The ones who are the most affected are the demon beasts in the demon beast region. They don't dare to stay in the water anymore because the electric current will seriously injure them. Everyone in the great ancient college is watching from the lakeside, waiting for the heavenly tribulation to end. Those who have gone through tribulation can now see that this heavenly tribulation is different from the ones they faced before, especially this kind of destructive aura. Su Xiaoba also feels that this heavenly tribulation is very strange. He is just calmly watching. With his temperament, he would have cursed that dragon race old man just now. But now, he sensed a very familiar aura and is wondering what is going on. Su Xiaoba has the world extermination spirit. He feels that this kind of power is very similar to the world extermination power he released. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are hiding inside the mysterious space at the bottom of the lake. They don't know what is happening outside. They're just worried that the space will collapse. It has been so long. Why is it not stopping? Xiao Yuanmei is becoming more and more worried. If it is seventh half immortal tribulation, shouldn't it be about time? Qin Yun also feels that the tribulation power is very strong, and it is continuing for a very long time. Xiao Yuanmei said, "This space is very strong. It can last for so long. I wonder how long it can last." Qin Yun is patiently waiting. At the same time, he is preparing for the worst-case scenario. 2 hours passed by, and the lake gradually calmed down. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei both relax a lot. The powerful heavenly tribulation has not destroyed the space. It seems like when I condense world extermination spirit in the future, I must find a place to hide. Xiao Yuanmei let out a sigh of relief and said with smile, I wonder how many more attacks this space can withstand. Xiao Yuanmei took out her small mirror. The cracks on it have already been repaired. Just now, when she condensed world extermination spirit, cracks have appeared on the mirror and it has been damaged. This is also because the world extermination spirit is too strong. The heavenly tribulation has finally stopped. The thick clouds covering the holy lake gradually disappeared. There are more than 10 six tribulation half-immortals here. They're all very suspicious about the heavenly tribulation. It seems like this heavenly tribulation has no target. Moreover, it is continuing for a very long time. This has caused many people to speculate. Some people speculate that there are very powerful water beasts hiding under the holy lake. Some people say that because the holy lake can increase people's perception, it attracted the heavenly tribulation. Another person says that the heavenly tribulation was attracted by powerful beasts. All kinds of speculation spread very quickly. Those demon beasts don't dare to return to the holy lake because they are worried that the heavenly tribulation will appear again. The demon beast school district's demon beasts can only obediently transform into human form and stay on the shore. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei waited inside the space for a period of time before finally feeling relieved. Finally gone, Qin Yun said with smile. He also feels that this is inconceivable. Originally, they had created the world extermination spirit in a special space. Furthermore, they had placed the world extermination spirit into the nine-sun divine soul. Even so, the heavenly tribulation continued for a very long time. Brother, let's continue, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. This space will become weaker bit by bit. We must take advantage of the time when this space is very stable to refine another world extermination spirit. Is there any problem with your mirror? Qin Yun asked. No problem, let's begin. Xiao Yuanmei took out her mirror. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei immediately joined hands to condense another world extermination spirit. One day passed by, and Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei condensed another world extermination spirit. Qin Yun placed the world extermination spirit inside the spirit sealing pearl and stored it inside the nine-sun divine soul. Is it coming? Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. This space should be able to block it one more time. Earlier, the mysterious space only trembled slightly. There was no sign of it cracking. Therefore, Xiao Yuanmei believes that it should be able to block it one more time. Because of the heavenly tribulation in the holy lake, many people in Great Middle City are discussing and making all kinds of guesses. And now, not long after, that heavenly tribulation has appeared once again. Many people in Great Ancient College are loudly cursing and swearing, especially those demon beasts. They originally wanted to return to the water after a period of time. But now, they have completely dispelled that idea. This kind of heavenly tribulation appearing so frequently is very fatal. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are hiding inside the mysterious space at the bottom of the lake. They can only sense the vibration of the space to determine whether it is stable or not. But they feel relieved because, just like before, this space will be able to block the heavenly tribulation again. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei don't dare to continue because they are worried that the space will be destroyed. Let's leave. Xiao Yuanmei used her spatial power to bring Qin Yun out of the mysterious space. When they arrived at the surface of the lake, it is already nighttime. The surface of the lake is filled with all kinds of tyrannical and destructive aura. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are flying above the lake. Sensing the formidable destructive aura, they are very shocked. This is truly dreadful tribulation power. The world extermination spirit we refined actually triggered such dreadful heavenly tribulation. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. The last 2 times were truly too dangerous. Qin Yun recalled and felt lingering fear. He brought Xiao Yuanmei and quickly returned to the floating island. After returning, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei went to find Yu Xinbing. Yu Xinbing has been earnestly refining tools. Although he knows that 2 heavenly tribulations have appeared outside, he has not been alarmed. Big Sister Xuanqin came to find you with Su Xiaoba. Yu Xinbing said, "Why do they come to find me?" Qin Yun asked, "They just want to ask you if you know why there are so many heavenly tribulations." Yu Xinbing said with smile, "Isn't it just 2 heavenly tribulations? What's the big deal? It is not like it will affect anyone. The Demon B School District has been greatly affected, but many people are very happy to see it happen. It's good that there is nothing wrong. I'm going to rest. I am so tired." Xiao Yuanmei arrived at Xue Dai's small house, found a bed, and fell asleep. Qin Yun arrived at the 7th floor of 9 Condensation Pagoda and took out the immortal graveyard diagram. "Sister Kiru, I obtained 3 vats of divine liquid." Qin Yun reported this good news to Xie Kiru. "Divine liquid? You must properly use it, don't waste it." Xie Kiru is very happy hearing this news. Qin Yun told her about how he obtained the heavenly Tao divine rune. Xie Kiru is very shocked after hearing this. She warned repeatedly, "Xiao Yun, only you and Yuanmei know about the heavenly Tao divine rune. Don't let anyone else know about it. I will find out the truth about the heavenly Tao divine rune. Don't use it now." You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.